No need for microphone checks. We know they work already. Welcome to the show. My name is Kevin Barnes, Kevin A. Barnes Sr., the mayor of Chocolate City, the militant with a microphone, aka the Negro Whisperer, also known in some circles as the world-class smartass with an emphasis on ass. It should be world-class asshole, depending on your perspective. Welcome to the show. It's Outlaw Radio. Take me to your leader. Take me to your leader. I'm not alone. We're gonna dive into this shit. I got my man 50 grand on I should, when you introduce the bass, you say, and on piano.
Out of Milwaukee.
Right.
Peace, y'all. How y'all doing? Welcome to Outlaw Radio, where we talk that talk and we definitely walk that walk. Raising vibrations and elevating thought. Y'all better come on in. I'm trying to tell you, I am the black woman lover, the black man's brother, the culture, teacher, hood healer, the ghetto witch doctor. Hey, mama, there go the sea mouse, man! This shit cracking.
What it do, what it do, what it do. 414 stand up. Foundational Black American stand up. Black people in general stand up. Know who you are, right? Know what you're worth. Know about your abilities and all that good stuff. We have a number attached to the show. It's 262-202-5131. Once again, that is 262-202-5131. It's the Hump Day edition, Outlaw Radio. We do this on Mondays and Wednesdays. We also are live on we're live on YouTube as well. We simulcast. That's the correct word for it, Kamar. We simulcast, right? Like, so you can catch us on more than one avenue, and there's more to come, right? Like, don't sleep. The only thing I really need for you all to do is share the show, right? Share the show. I'm not like, we do have a Cash App if you want to donate to the movement, because I'm currently in the process of just switching up some things. Some subtle, some will be over, like, just out in your face. But if you want to contribute to that, just hit the Cash App. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. We do have a sponsor. Shout out to Fletch with EPU Personal Defense. Website EPUSDS.com. Let me say that website once again, because I feel like I said it too fast. EPUSDS.com. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Shout out to the EPU system. Rail, what it do, man? You good? You fresh out of hair and makeup? I see you addressed in your locks, man. You good? What's happening with you?
Yeah, I got to put the band back to keep it out my face.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Happy to be here. You know, I had that training today, the UWM campus for work. So it's called Pathway to Leadership, where they just it's a UWM certification for leadership and management.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Right.
Appreciate that.
If you listen to the show, you already know, and like in my feedback, a lot of times people say, "Man, I dig the young brother Rail, man. He's smart as hell." I told Rail, man, look, I get it. You got the smarts, but you got to put it on paper. I don't give a fuck about what they telling about companies are going to stop requiring degrees. Go ahead, man. It's easy now. It's easy, but you doing it. You getting your certifications, man. You put some paper on it, man. You make it official like a referee whistle.
For sure.
I digs.
I appreciate
it. Chat room popping. Ewok. He said Ewok the great, never fake. Yo, my man's in them. What up, Ewok? Shabaka, happy birthday to Muhammad Ali. Would have been 82 years old. Happy birthday to Muhammad Ali, one of the best that ever did it. Dion, what up, my guys? What's happening, family? What's happening? Look, share the show. It is Outlaw Radio. Take me to your leader. Take me to your leader. Right? Stop laughing, real. Stop laughing. Right. You're getting a little too smart for your own good. You feel me? I want to talk to the people of color in Milwaukee. Look, there's a million platforms right now. And shout out to all y'all, man. God bless y'all, man. The journey, the struggle. Kamar made me realize a couple shows ago. I must have got preoccupied with complaining. He said, "Nigga, the struggle is sweet. What are you talking about?" So just putting it down and making something that'll turn into something is great. But ain't nobody doing what we're doing. Make no mistake. Nobody's doing what we're doing. And so with that responsibility, with that expectation comes the need for real live conversation. So I want to talk to people of color in Milwaukee because I want to talk about the leadership of Milwaukee. It is an election year. I want to talk about leadership tonight. I want to talk about what a leader is, what a leader should be doing, what kind of decisions leadership should be focused on. What's happening with the leadership in the 414? Because we have a chance right now to remove some pieces and add some pieces. That's what an election year is all about, man. We're gonna get into that shit tonight. I ain't playing with you motherfuckers, man. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of y'all, man. I'm sick of y'all. Not my outlaw family, but you naysayers, haters, and doubters. Man, y'all better come on in, man. This shit is sweet, man. Kamar, we just came off MLK Day. And white people didn't waste no goddamn time fucking with Martin. Let me tell you something, man. Tell you something. I have warned you millions of times. I love y'all. I've warned you millions of times about being so cool with white people that they become comfortable because they can quote some lyrics, because they know some artists, because they wear a certain kind of clothes. We're eager to share our bountifulness with them. Hey, man, come on. You invited to the cookout. You cool, you cool, you cool. And then once they get in, they start committing egregious acts. I'm talking about one Michael Rappaport. I want to talk about this cracker tonight. Yes, I called him a cracker. He is a cracker. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm one of them dudes. Every white person ain't a cracker. There's some are honkies. Some are Polacks. Some are Jews. Don't let me down, hide me town type shit, right? Some are straight crackers. Some are rednecks. So we classify our white people over here. We got super liberals. We got conservative, Republican type white people. They come in variations, even though it's one shade, right? Even though it's one pale shade, it's like different kinds of lemonade, right? It's all pale anyways, right? Add a little raspberry, add a little strawberry, whatever. It's still pale, no matter what you add to it. You catch my chat room. Love to the chat room, man. Chat room always pops. People act like they shy to call in, but the chat room on Outlaw Radio always shakes, man. Shabaka said, love the way Ali beat the shit out of White Hopes and Uncle Tom's. He did that. He did that. He did it a bunch of times to prove a point. Earl Henning in the building early. He said, great day, my brothers. Love. Yes, sir. Erica Hunt, the tax lady, is in the chat room. Tax lady in the chat room, y'all. Y'all trying to get that tax refund. Right. Gotta get with Erica. She said she's here for the shit tonight. That's what's happening, man. That's what's happening. That is what's happening. I want to talk a lot of shit tonight. I want y'all to talk some too. So chime in the conversation. Juice lady in the chat room, she said, hey, Outlaws, I'll be on after bedtime stories. She's a mother. She's a mother to her children. She's reading bedtime stories. My mama didn't read bedtime stories. She said, say y'all prayers. We so old school, we used to have to get down on our knees and say our prayers out loud.
Now I lay me.
Right. There you go. You know exactly what prayer it is, too. Right? I pray the Lord my soul to take, right?
Right.
Jeff Crape, he said, Kevin Barnes, what's good, brother? Jeff, how you doing, man? How you doing, Jeff? Look, listen, man. It's one of my old school partners from King, man, who I played ball with. And the first time I seen Jeff, I said, shit. Jeff is a big ass dude, man. But he was cool as a fan, and he was a good football player, man. We got some war stories. What up, Jeff? Man, I was a youngster, man. I was a youngster. I was like a sophomore playing varsity. Jeff was a senior. Shout out to Jeff, man. Good old days. Erica Hunt, she said, wait, what happened? We'll talk about it. I'm gonna get in Michael Rappaport's ass. I want to catch my chat room up. Earl Henning said, we know we have to get new leaders. I see they getting a pay increase. The city is hurting for money. Ain't that a bitch? You getting a pay increase and they just raise taxes? Ain't nobody else getting no goddamn pay increase. Some bullshit. Bullshit. Give me a second, y'all. Let me catch my chat room. Phone shaking already. Give me a second. Give me a second. He said, what's the call-in number? Jeff, it is on the bottom of the screen. 262-202-5131, man. 262-202-5131. It's out already on the Wednesday night. Take me to your leader, Mama Jenkins. She said, "Good evening, my outlaw family. Let's make it do what it do. Yes, it's voting time, and let's get rid of some of them before the pay increase start." Yeah. We got Mama Jenkins. You got the right idea. Hire your ass, fire your ass. He said, "Me, who's this? Ernest." He said, "Me not scared to call." Yeah, we know you ain't scared to call, Ernest. We know you ain't scared to call. He said he sees it in the banner. Sylvester Cotton. He said, "Kick it." Kick it, M, Kev. Kick it, M, Kev. Am I wrong? Is that what they're saying? Kick it in, kick it, M, Kev. Okay. Erica Hunt. Shout out to Sylvester too. Another one of my old school partners from the neighborhood. Neighborhood. Gotta love where you from. Erica Hunt said, "I'm getting ready to start bath time." Shout out to the working moms. Shout out to all mamas. Shout out to stay-at-home mamas who don't work. Shit, they got it, man. He said, "How I call in? Just dial a number, Jeff. I'm not taking call. I'm trying to catch the chat room." He said, "Kick it to him, Kev." That's Sylvester. He said it won't go through. Well, my phone is ringing, Jeff. It might have been busy. It's that number 262-202-5131. I've already stopped a couple calls because I was trying to catch the chat room. Erica Hunt said the Union Security Office received a pay raise. Congratulations to them. I'm talking about overall adjustment to inflation. Inflation been flaming out of control before they come with this bullshit ass tax increase. I want to get to Michael Rappaport because right after Michael King Day, and on Outlaw Radio we refer to him as Michael King because Martin was his rap name. We was celebrating Michael King Day. And even though I don't agree with all his philosophies and it's always armchair quarterbacking because it's easy 50-something years later to say, oh, they should have did this or they should have did that, right? When you wasn't there and you don't even understand, you have no understanding of the context. But they labeled him, so Michael Rappaport today labeled him as a Zionist, right? And here's the crazy part. First of all, I thought Rappaport was a Jew, right? So if somebody's a Zionist, I would think that would be something he appreciated. If you don't know what a Zionist is an individual who supports the Jewish people no matter what and believes that there should be a free state established, i.e. Israel. So they support the establishment of Israel. I want to break down to you what Martin Luther King actually said. Now, I don't actually agree with Martin Luther King, but it's hindsight because at the time, there was no telling where this thing would go. Martin Luther King spoke about being against anti-Semitism, right? He spoke about being anti-Catholic. He said, even though Jewish people would tell him, we don't need your help because we have enough power within us to fight racism. And even though they didn't want his help, he said it didn't matter what you were. If you faced injustice and you were oppressed, he was going to stand up and say something because it was wrong. All forms of hate were wrong, right? He said he did support the Jewish people on establishing a state for themselves. Keep in mind, this is coming off World War II and post-Holocaust. We now know way more about the what happened to us, so we don't really trip on the Holocaust no more. But once again, this is at a time when the government spoon-fed us knowledge. It spoon-fed us. So Martin Luther King did say he supported him, but he also said his very important point was, what I believe is that Israel should give up the seized lands. They shouldn't take these people's land because it's only going to build more hate and make people have an agenda against them, right? So Michael Rappaport comes out talking about cancel Martin Luther King, cancel this Zionist. And he plays his quote. This is when white people get too comfortable. Michael Rappaport is the white boy who played Remy in Higher Learning. He's been in a bunch of movies. If you don't know who he is, right? And every night he did a Tribe Called Quest documentary. So I feel like he thinks he has a special hip hop card with us because he did that. We don't give a shit. But once again, that's what I'm saying. When you start sharing too much, oversharing with them, they get comfortable and they start doing bullshit, right? And so he's been given passes for saying a lot of crazy shit in regards to race relations in America as a white man, as far as I'm concerned. But to say cancel Martin Luther King and to try and use his words against him, when anybody who knows anything knows that Martin Luther King was anti-violence, anti-oppression. He didn't care what race you were because he understood how bad it affected the people. the way it affected us, he felt like nobody should have to deal with this shit. Right? Now, if you fast forward 40 or 50 years, if Martin Luther King looks at this whole agenda that is Israel, if he looks at what's going on in Palestine now, I'm pretty sure he'd say no. No, and looking at the way they've moved in America, right? The way they've moved in America and economically deprived us. This ain't anti-Jew. This is just the truth. Ask yourself, if you live in Milwaukee, how's this whole goddamn city troubled and fucking inflicted by crime, but there's a Jewish community sitting smack dab in the middle of the north side that never gets touched. Nobody ever does. People dying all over, all on the edges, all on the borders. They walking down the street with yarmulkes on all day long, got their own schools, everything. Nobody questions their solidarity, right? It's my rant on Michael Rappaport. Y'all welcome to the show, man. How y'all doing? Yeah, my bad, Kamar. My bad, man. My bad. I had to cancel a white boy before we got started, man. Y'all stop giving people access to our greatness. Stop it. Stop telling people you can come. I know you want to be friends with white people. I know Cat Williams said something beautiful on Shay Shay. I would change it up a little bit and say you have an unnatural affiliation with white people. Let me see. Somebody's blowing me up. I don't like the number. What's the name? Is this you, Jeff? Jeff, what's your is this your Bacchus? Somebody tell me who 763 is, because it don't look good. I don't want to answer the phone and be like, Mr. Barnes, I'm calling about this bill. I'm like, God damn, you shouldn't answer that, right? I ain't got no 800 credit score. Shit. Okay, Jeff, that's you. Hit me up, Jeff. Okay, he said Houston. Okay, I didn't know. I'm Jeff. I'm still in the 414, still on the north side. Outlaw Radio, man. Take me to your leader, man. Kamar, have you ever taken? And I know I'm not trying to have you, say what I say, but I'm saying, Jeff, turn down your device. You got to turn down everything. Don't you think sometimes we allow white people to get a little bit too comfortable, and it always burns us in the end? Have you ever looked at this?
Well, you look at all through history,
man, bro. That's what it
hold
is.
On, Jeff. Hold on, Jeff. Jeff, hold on. Jeff, hold on. I don't know if you can hear Kamar. Go ahead, Kamar.
Well, you look all through history. You know what I mean? This has been happening. Thanksgiving, shit. You know what I mean? The Mayflower, you know what I mean? That whole demonstration, getting too comfortable, letting them in and teaching them how to use the land, work the lands, and before you know it, they killing us off and putting disease in us and stealing us and putting us in slavery. And you know what I mean? So I get that. I understand. You know what I'm saying? I definitely understand.
Right. I mean, they came to Africa's Christianity waving a cross, and you think, okay, they gonna help us save our souls. Yeah, by putting you in the bottom of a boat. Right. Bro, what you think about this Rappaport, man? Don't you? Because I hate when it happens like this. I hate when they get so comfortable that it's like.
I ain't heard what he said. I never really been a fan of Michael Rappaport. He always seemed a little too over opinionated with when it comes to matters of the culture.
Right. There we go.
you know what I'm saying? He's always been a bit over opinionated in my opinion. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe he feel like because he's called playing black movies. I think the last time I seen Michael Rappaport was next Friday as the mailman.
Yeah. Now Jeff, once again, Jeff, you got to turn everything down. Everything.
I got you, boss.
Everything.
All right.
My brother, how you doing, man? I ain't spoke to you in a long time. How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm good, bro. I think it's been about a year since I hit you up on this line here, man. But
yeah, probably so. Yep, about a year. Yep. Yeah, man. What's good with you?
But is this? I want to speak on this, bro. That one thing I think a lot of people got to understand is that I'm in Houston now, but dog, we grew up in probably one of the most racist cities on this planet, bro. I mean, growing up, you see so many different levels of racism that, man, I used to tell cats that, man, Milwaukee police are more corrupt than LA, bro. That growing up, it was rough. So what I don't like when you speak it on Rappaport is these vulture cultures, bro. They never lived that, when I was going to school in the 90s, bro, I couldn't play the songs I played and all that, man. It wasn't cool. It wasn't popular.
Right.
But now people are embracing our culture like they were a part of it, bro. Man, these were the outcasts. You didn't hear our music on the radios, bro. You didn't see that shit like that. And that's where it's become so comfortable that people exchange these words, but they're not from it, man. You know, you grew up a block away from me, man. You grew up a block away from the school, bro. And we went to 2 different schools, if you realize it or not, man. There was 2 different schools in that place we went to, man.
Yes, it was. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. They don't know that. Rail went there as well.
Man, you had to win the lottery to go to our school. That was 300 yards from our house, cuz that was different.
Right. Yeah.
You know. So and the neighborhood school, Philip, man, they just closed that fool down. Just lock, stock, and barrel is done, dude. So, man, I feel you. You know, I raised my family in Milwaukee, and I had to leave because, dog, it wasn't the place because I saw racism. People didn't see it, but I did, bro. I saw it all the time, man.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't do right. But then what you're speaking on, man, like when you talk about the Jewish community in Milwaukee, I am not in any way anti-Semitic or anything, but it's like, bro, we can't walk around our own city, but these cats get passes like everything's cool. I don't feel that, man. And when people speak on that, man, from the white culture, you can't speak on something you didn't experience.
Right.
Just stay in the background and do what you do, man. But don't act like you're a part of it. You know, there's cats who live this, man.
That's right.
So,
That's right, man. Y'all got some cold down there in Houston, don't y'all?
Man, you call it cold, man. We got down to 20. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So it was what it was.
Well, we call that mild in Milwaukee. I'm out here. It's 20 degrees. I'm out here.
Man, you know, but the thing is, you know, we don't have the facilities to take care of it. If it freezes on the streets, there's no salt trucks, none of that, bro. It's bad out here. Don't nobody know how to drive in that crap. So
yeah, man. I went through the South one time in a snowstorm. I was extremely disappointed. People was just all off the highway.
But to that football thing, dog, you downplaying yourself, dog. You're an absolute beast, man. If you remember, dog, we used to play them pickup games at King too, bro. I'm not talking about no official that on the team, dude. Before you started at King, dude, me, you, John Brown, all them cats, bro, almost said nigga. But, you know, all us was out there playing. And I can still remember the play, dude. I was playing running back. I was a big dude, like 260, but I ran like a 4'9". And ran this little counter play, dude. And I remember this pickup game. You hit me, it's like, just hit that nigga and he'll fall, bro. I still remember that so strong, cuz. So, man, you're a beast, man. You're a beast. You did your thing.
All right,
salute
man.
to you, bro.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. It's been so long ago now, people be like, yeah, everybody was cold. Everybody was cold. But I'm like, all right.
Nah, not so much, man. Not so much, man. You have some talent, bro.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, man. Don't be no stranger.
All right, man. I got to go
man.
pick up my son up from school in a minute, man. But I just wanted to holler at you, man. I want to support your podcast, and I like what you're saying. I didn't hear all the context of it, man. But dude, bro, what I want to speak on, you grew up in that fool, bro. You know what it is. You grew up right there, man.
Yeah,
so, man, support.
Hey, man, don't be no stranger. Jeff, call in whenever, man. Hit me up, inbox me just to say what's up, man. It's always good because, like I said, we have, and I still remember me, you, and Cleavon after the games, man.
Yeah. I just saw you Clee the other day, man. Yeah. Big crate, little crate, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. Appreciate the support, bro.
All right, man. Good talking to you, bro.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, so give it up for my man. Give it up for my man. Bring back so many memories, man. Just growing up in the hood, man. Shabaka, I got you. Who's up next? The phone line is popping. I didn't want to interrupt Jeff because I hadn't spoken to him in a long time. Ewok, what's going on with you, man?
No doubt, man. It's all good, man. You know, shit, man. Motherfuckers got to think outside the box and don't be motherfucking selfish and shit and wait their turn sometimes. What I wanted to say was take me to my leader, you know. So let's break down this word leader, you know what I'm saying, and start talking more about like having committees and shit. Because when you talk about a leader, that's a singular person. That's just like the Donald Trump shit. You know, he led them motherfuckers. He made them go climb up the motherfucking Capitol building like Spider-Man because he still wanted to be in power and shit. So the word leader is a powerful word too. You dig what I'm trying to say? So I think the word leader is like you trying to make one singular motherfucker speak for all of us. Not one singular person should speak for all of us. So that word leader is kind of a dangerous word too. You dig what I'm trying to say a little bit?
I do, but I don't think it's, when I say leader, I'm not making it singular or plural. I don't look at it as singular or like I'm not defining it like that. Is what I'm saying. When I say leader, because there has
Okay, no doubt.
to be a mouthpiece for everything. There has to be a spokesperson.
Yeah.
There has to be a strategist. There has to be somebody who understands diplomacy, somebody who understands planning, somebody who understands coordination and delegation. We can duck
There's a word called committee.
a lot of times, though, a committee is only as good as the person who is the chief of the committee. That's why you have CEOs.
Okay.
They're on a board, but the CEO is supposed to
Okay.
be seasoned and experienced enough as a leader to take the sum of all parts and make it a great whole. So when I say take me to your leader, I mean, who's the person who's the most informed, who's the most well thought, who's the most articulate, so we can have clear communication and understanding. I do understand what you're saying, because there's theories of leadership, and a lot of people don't believe in the single leader model. There's people who say born leaders, taught leaders. Are leaders born or are they made? The great man theory is some people come along, certain personalities come along every 25 years, and they qualify to lead the masses. There's different, and so breaking it down is what we were gonna get into. Absolutely, we're gonna get into that. That's why,
yes, sir, no doubt. And I
leader.
understand your breakdown. I appreciate your breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come on, were you talking? Because I'm away from the device, you know, because I know how to talk to y'all. But if Kamar, if you was talking, go ahead, say what you was saying.
No, Kamar Cool is a fan.
No, I wasn't saying nothing, but I can add to it. You know, I think a lot of us forget, or not forget, but a lot of people don't know how to tell who or what is a good leader first. You know what I mean? Because see, like a lot of people proclaim themselves leaders. And that ain't a good thing all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because you know,
we have a history. You know, come on. I'm sorry if you wasn't done yet.
Go ahead.
But we got a history of black leaders, people that really had substance, getting fucking killed and shit though too. Man, we got to consider that shit. Like, man, as soon as the motherfuckers got the real right talk and got the right stuff, they murk us.
There's a systematic assassination of black men who have been, for all intents and purposes, oracles of leadership over the last 100 years. But that is all a key to them keeping you subjugated as well. Because it's like Brother Jay said, when will they realize the body needs head? It's more than what's said when a leader lies dead. Right? I remember that X-Clan shit.
It would be dope.
No doubt. I feel that.
It would be dope if black people could come up with some kind of council of leaders.
It would be, but they all up in our camp. This is the problem with Rappaport type of white people, because you always got one black person who got to say that key phrase, all white people ain't bad.
And then just have a spokesperson.
That's what I was talking about, white explaining on the last show.
Oh my God, here we go. We good, man. We good on white explaining, man.
I know. We ain't gonna go back. We not gonna revisit it though.
Shit.
You just said what the fuck I was talking about out of your own mouth, dude.
Congratulations. Let me give you one of these, because I'm not even fucking with you on that shit tonight. Trust me. Not at all.
All right, man. We'll leave it be, man. God damn, though.
Yes, sir.
See how we the same and shit at the same time. We try to make the same. We be trying to make the same. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we drop our books and then lose the lesson and shit. We all guilty of that.
That's
shit,
another
man.
effective trait of a leader, when he can bring and make situations a win-win for everybody, because he understands compromise like he understands decision making and being definitive.
Right there, you just the key word. You said everybody.
Right.
A leader is a
Yes,
servant,
sir.
brother.
Yes, sir.
A leader is a servant.
Yep.
He serves people.
He worked for y'all.
They're looking to him to serve
Hey,
them.
Right.
Therefore, he's
hey,
leading. It's just that simple.
I see you, Shabaka. I see you from the 323. He said I got some great things to say. I know
well,
you do, Shabaka. I know you do. You always
before I get off here, Kev, because I'm in the post too. I posted to Real and shit. I want to tell him personally, Real. I listen to everything that you be saying, bro. You're a smart man. Keep smashing the gas, bro. And I'm out.
Peace out, man.
Peace.
Real is the
So much respect, man. Much love.
No, all gas, no brakes. I'm sorry if I'm behind in the chat room. BB Hart, is that Beatrice? Okay, how you doing, my sister? She said history tells a story. Yes, it does. It's the greatest teacher in the world. It's the greatest teacher in the world. That's why I'm like, it shows you how effective it is, because this is why racist people are so anti-CRT. Like your boy Trump telling people they need white people, you need to lay down your life and die in order to prevent CRT from coming in here. Message. Come on, man. Jesse Paris said B1 FBA Denver, Colorado frontline Black News. There you go. I see you. We got Shabaka. Let me catch Shabaka. Mariah Johnson, she said, hey, family. How you doing, sis? How you doing, little sis? It's all love. Who else we got here? Mama Jenkins, she said, is he related to Sue and Larry Crape? I meant to ask Jeff that. I wasn't sure. I'm sorry. Because Jeff is my man. Like he said, a block away. Went to high school together, played ball together. Is a good dude, man. Real good dude. I don't know. I'd have to ask him. Jesse Paris, aka Shay and Kruma. He said, peace. How you doing, my brother? Alicia Mullins, how you doing, Alicia? How you doing? She said, I'm still here. That's what's up. Let me see. Who we got? I'm trying to catch the chat room, y'all. Said integration was and is a burning house. Martin said that. Brother Jay, the grand verbalizer of X-Clan. Absolutely. Brother Jay was a monster. Listen. If you, at the time when I started listening to Brother Jay, the crazy part is that I was probably like 14, but I understood everything he was saying. And my guys, my brothers, my cousins, we used to sit and they'd be like, he cold, but I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I understood everything he was saying, man. Gather around the fire for the scrolls that I deliver. Man, what'd he say?
Hey, listen though. He be saying some shit though, like I didn't understand then, but I hear now. I catch. You know what I mean? I mean, like it be some way out cosmic.
That man said, "How could polar bears swing on vines with the gorillas?" That shit was over your head when you was 14, but now I understood it. It's crazy. Shabaka, what it do, man? How you doing tonight? How you doing?
Hey, good. Greetings, Outlaws. Greetings to you guys, man. Okay, here we go. I'm talking about stuff that I lived through. Alrighty. Okay. Dr. King did admit his mistake that integration was a burning house for our people. And it is, and it was. Okay. Muhammad Ali, had stated is that the white man is his enemy. Ain't no Viet Cong ever called him a nigga. Ain't no Viet Cong ever raped that woman. Ain't no Viet Cong ever killed our babies. Okay. Now, me getting up in age, I'm relating the information, man, that I've lived through is because, see, they distort a lot of our history. You see what I'm saying? And then another thing, too, about another woman we have to recognize during Martin's time was the one and only Ms. Eartha Kitt. Okay, it's because she had spoke out, to LBJ, Lady Bird Johnson, who was his wife, about the war in Vietnam, and they hit her with all kind of COINTELPRO, putting her under all kind of scrutiny, and the same way what they did with Eartha Kitt, just like what they did with Ali.
Did she not become a bad wench though after that though? After she stood up, because she married
I think she did. I think she did, brother. I think she did, which is very sad. Just like, just like Nichelle Nichols, Hollywood's biggest bed wench. Same thing with Dorothy Dandridge. You see what I mean? But what it is, though, see, it's like, yeah, man, sad.
Serena Williams.
But this is sad, very sad. Very sad, yes, sir. Very sad. But however, though, see, goes to show the brainwash, man, and of how they got this house nigga syndrome, man, still going on, man, with this bullshit to this day. And you got Donald Duck rigging the election again, and then they sitting up there saying, "Well, man, this is the best way to get along. Can't we just all get along?" Hell, motherfucker, no, we just can't get along. What they need to do is cut the goddamn check for reparations, man, and let us build up our own infrastructures. And I see that raggedy ass Sheriff Clark is trying to run for y'all's U.S. Senate seat, I believe, man, and that Negro is sick, very, very sick. But you see, this is the thing, though, man, of why we created the hashtag of resurrection of the mental dead, man, because, hey, man, to quote Ali, bluebirds, they were bluebirds, redbirds, they were redbirds, blackbirds, they were blackbirds. Hey, man, I love my people.
That's right. That's right. Ain't nothing wrong with being pro-black, man. That's what it's about.
Yes, sir, always. Okay, Dr. Bonds, I'm going to let you get on, man. I'm going to comment some more in the chat and tell Brother Chad we'll be giving him a call in a few.
Hold on.
Okay.
Shabaka, you ain't give us our favorite thing. Like, what is it? The dump, as in human shit. And I want to make that.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Make it clear. Make it clear.
Trump, the dump, as in human shit. And I want to make this perfectly clear. And ladies and gentlemen, I am not a crook. Yeah, old tricky dick, man. Yeah,
that's what I was waiting on right there.
He said, "Fuck the war in Vietnam," and get this here too, witch doctor. Now, people called Ali, man, a coward because he didn't go to the war in Vietnam, and the same motherfuckers that called him a coward, get your ass in the ring with him, and I bet you he'll make a bitch out of you, man, within 2 rounds.
Always good to hear from you, Shabaka.
Yes, sir, man. Okay, man. All right, y'all stay warm back there, man. Y'all stay warm. Stay warm. Stay warm. Stay warm. All right, man. I'm back off in the chat room.
There
all right.
Go. Hey, man.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you, man. Make sure you stick with us. Hey,
yes, sir.
We're Arctic Africans up here. We've learned to live in the land of the Eskimo. These cave people can't outdo us, man. We can survive in these Nordic situations as well. We've adapted. My brother Jeff said a leader understands his power to the people. He's answering Mama Jenkins. He said, not sure. Literally, most crepes got a relationship to him. He said, inboxing. My brother right there. Stephanie Bowles, how you doing, my sister? She said, I'm back, flagged and all. Yeah, if you get loose in the chat room, his book will flag you. They will flag you. Grand Verbalizer, what time is it? The building of the strong are the lessons of the meek. That's what he said. Man, I can still listen to that song. You get that bop going. That Grand Verbalizer, tick tock tick. We go sun to moon. Verbalizer speaks. This is a quarter to doom. Self-destruction is not a keep function. Never mind the leaders, because the people keep fronting. Come on, man. Let's go. I'm gonna have to play that shit and face the copyright. Hey, it said that's their West Coast correspondent. Yeah. I said she was a bedwinter. Everybody don't share that opinion. I just look at, brothers, sisters. It's gotta be about us, man. We gotta get together. Fire. Mama Jenkins said fire. Ernest said, yes, look on your motherfucking map and find Texas and see where Houston at. Right. That's right, man. World is a ghetto. Stephanie said, I cussed Byron out 2 years ago. Damn. Okay. Who you cuss out? Byron? Who was Byron? Right. She put the extra ends on the shit. See, so let's look at the leadership in Milwaukee. And I want to say, first of all, the number is 262-202-5131. I took one call at a time so I can keep up with the chat room, but you're free to call in, or the chat room is shaking off the hook. Share the show, because I realize as Gen Xers, right? Like my age, like people say, well, you old and whatever, but it's our time. It's our time. Like this is the time when we have to take control of what's going on. We are the OGs in the community now, right? We Mr. So-and-so, Mr. So-and-so, Mr. Somebody. Get off my goddamn grass, right? You got the older daughters now. You don't grumble through here, man. My daughters ain't coding. Right? Like we are those men now. So it's important for us to understand we need to have a say-so in how this goddamn city is governed, right? So we said a couple years ago, and I was emphatic about it, and I was excited because we had all these black leaders, starting with the first elected black mayor. We had a black police chief. We had a black sheriff. We had a black county executive. Bunch of black people was getting jobs. We said, God damn it, if it don't get better right here, it ain't gonna never get no better. Now I ask you, has it gotten better? I really don't think so. I don't see our economic status improved. I don't see our safety, the safety of our communities improved. Once again, how is it possible that people who you know to have money, i.e., a very prominent Jewish community, can walk the streets with their children? And I don't want anybody to do anything to them because your ass will be up the creek with a football number. Fuck around and find out. All right. But I'm saying you got to at least look at their ability to be safe. Their ability to say, I'm walking my kids down to the yeshiva, right? With my whole garb on, my 2 Shirley Temples and my hat, not touched. Right across the street is 3 dead niggas. You can't stop it over here, but it's cool over here. This is not by accident. This is by design, right? So when you look at it and say, well, how is that fucking possible? Right? I'd like to talk to them about their property values, right? Because I look at the homes that they live in. Then I look at the surrounding areas. Now, there's still a lot of beautiful homes over there. And I always wanted to live off Roosevelt. When I was growing up, I said, I'm going to give me some money. I'm going to buy me a house off Roosevelt. Because I always thought that community, those houses are gorgeous. But they have issues with crime. You got Burla sitting there that's still get your head toe off geography, right? Well, you can't protect us.
Well, Kev, I think it's more to who's in the community.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Because see, this is us going at each other on one side of Burla. You know what I mean? Then on the other side of Burla, you got them walking the community. You know what I mean? Brothers don't go over there fucking with them.
Right. We fuck with us.
They fuck with us. You know what I mean? And that's to the point where Red was saying the other day. You know what I mean? Black people mess with me more than white people mess with me on a daily basis.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
shit.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But really, we just being honest, you know what I mean? And that's just what it is. And it's only like that because this is where we live.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, if we lived in a white community, it'd be white people fucking with us more so.
Right. Don't think because you're gonna move to a white, you ain't gonna get fucked with. I moved to Burlington. They be on your ass.
But to my point is, in their community, they don't kick it like that with each other. They commune with each other. You know what I mean? Like you see them hanging out at the houses. They all meet up. They kick it with each other. They family like. You know,
they got their own schools. They got their own businesses. They got their own.
I feel like this is something that we need to learn from. What we need to take a look at and learn from.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just that. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's.
Hey, Kev, I had to call you back, man, because the witch doctor, man, he just said some shit that I really want to comment on, though, bro. Because he said some real shit right there, though.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, check it out, man. That brother is so 100% right, man. But I want us to understand this, though, bro. In a lot of cases, man, what it comes down to, man, you know, if you look at the definition, if you look at ghetto, bro, they say that's where, you know, minorities live. It's not a derogatory word, bro. It's what it is, right?
Initially.
So what the witch doctor is talking about, man, I'm gonna elevate that to a different level, bro. You gotta police your own community. You don't need the police, bro. You gotta police your own shit, bro. You gotta make sure that what's happening around you have in control. So when we're talking about leadership and all that, man, the old school dudes gotta be them leaders, man. They have to make sure that shit ain't happening in the community, bro. As long as you accept the shit happening and you take that as okay, that's when it's fucked up. Only thing cats gotta do, bro, is handle your shit, bro. Make sure your shit's right, man. And that's it.
Yeah. But it takes, what's happening is the generation before us, right? Like those, my father, your mom, my mom, and you know that how that community was when we grew up, real. You know how that community was when we grew up.
Bro,
was
that's
some
exactly
that
what
was
I'm
some
saying to you,
real
right?
people.
You knew
Them
that was.
they was not playing, right? Like, and so
Right. So
they
we
give
have
up.
to give that same discipline.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out, boss. Let me give you this strength, man. Because man, I've been leading this company for 30 years, and fuck that. We don't need to talk about that. We can talk about that later. But this is what I'm saying, man. Every bit of strength comes from struggle or discipline, bro. But at some point, you got to learn, dude. You got to do the right thing. That's it, bro. You just got to do the right thing. And us as a community, we don't learn that shit, bro. We always want a handout, bro. We always want somebody to do something for us. We let people pilfer us and play us, bro. But dude, what I want y'all to understand, man, if blacks think whites hate us so much, answer this question for me, then, homeboy. How is it that our music and our culture is the top of the community? Because they watch us, but they just steal it. And the reason they steal it, bro, is because we don't discipline ourselves, bro. We go for the dollar versus what's right. The same way you're talking about how people can walk around communities. Man, why can't, you a big dude too, Kev. You knew growing up, man.
I'm a little shorter now. My back went bad on me.
Just because. Again?
Hey, I said I'm a little shorter now. My back went bad on me. I think I'm an inch shorter.
Me too. I got 4 back surgeries under the belt, bro. But you know what I'm saying? I'm saying this, though. You knew as a big dude, what you knew in your head, that you're going to be challenged just because I'm this big black dude.
Yeah.
Bro, that's fucked up. You grew up that way, but you knew that, though, right?
Absolutely.
But you knew that. And
I welcomed
you
it.
adapted to that situation, though.
I welcomed
you understand
it.
What I'm saying?
I enjoyed it.
Hey, I feel like
you adapted to the situation, bro.
Yeah.
You didn't have to.
I feel like
do all types of shit. You learn different ways to navigate life, and that's when it comes down to leadership, though. As particularly when we're this age, you knew how your parents were. My parents, all that. You knew there were pillars in that community, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's what's lacking now, man.
That's what's
lacking. It's the hate for us versus the love for us,
or the envy.
We don't love each other. We want other shit when we don't embrace our own shit.
Kamar, I don't want you to forget your thought. Let me catch Kamar, because Kamar will be like, I forgot what I was going to say. Kamar, I want you to forget your thought. Put that in there for me.
Like I was waiting to pick up my son. We'll holler, bro.
All right, Jeff. I love when people call and they be like, I'm good. And then they be like, man, I had to call back. I love it.
I know, man. I heard the witch doctor here said something that touched my heart, man. And I felt it. So, okay. But I'm a holler, bro.
All right, man. All right. Peace and love. Go ahead, Kamar.
Peace, family. Peace. Hey, I was just saying that, I feel like once we always talk about pulling ourselves up by the bootstraps, Now, once we can figure out how we can get a hold on this economics thing, you know what I mean? Once we could get some big companies, some Fortune 500 companies going and all this type of shit through black people. We employing our own, you know what I mean? And we get this economics thing together where we can start having more money in the community, where it ain't so poverty ridden. I feel like crime, we may be able to get a better hold on all the wild shit that's going on. You know what I mean? Because we can create more options.
I got something. You know what, Kamar? I'm like, Jeff, you just triggered something in my brain. Let me catch the chat room, because I like what you just said. Erica said, I'm happy to be part of the leadership. It matters. Stephanie said, I had a white dude on named Byron. She said, white dude you had on Byron. She said, nobody coming for us. Byron, do you got the right name? Or were we talking about Scott? Because everybody cusses Scott out when he's on. She said, did we have a white person named Byron on? Did we? Jeff said he was Chicago born, Milltown raised. He said he's staying in Texas for the rest of his life. That's what's up. Pratt did live right in the community. Our alderman was right across the alley from us. Kerry Walker Jones is saying no. This is Fletcher. He said the system won't let them change. The leaders we have help ourselves. Facts, witch doctor. Ewok, turn down your device. I'm hearing it in the background.
That's right, though. The system won't let them change.
Eric said,
all right,
my punctuation, I'm multitasking. She said I'm multiple tasking.
They was right. The system won't let them change. That's what we talked about the other day, how we got to figure out how we can generate some funds for these politicians so they don't have to take these checks and shit.
Yeah. Fletch said your personal safety and wealth is in your own hands. We have to realize this, family. That's why I rock with Fletch with the personal self-defense, man. I'm telling y'all, it's all encompassing.
That's
And I
another
do think
piece.
it's
That's another
important
piece
for
to
us
the
to
puzzle
understand
right there.
how to protect. And we got to talk about, because we get this issue with women saying, I can't protect myself. And well, sisters, you got to take some of that up onto yourself and learn how to protect yourself too. And so Ewok said they still kill each other at the same rate we do. I'm not saying they're better. I'm not saying they're better. I'm saying that Jewish community goes untouched. You rarely hear about it. Any kind of crazy shit over there.
I think he was talking about when I was talking about both different sides of Burleigh. You know what I mean? But yeah, they do. White people do too. You know what I mean? Shit, they do it by the hundreds at a time.
They mass shooters.
I mean, you remember it was a video on Facebook a couple years ago where a couple got into a shootout with a dude and he pulled out the AR, but they said he like killed himself too. But that shit happens in white neighborhoods. They be beefing, they shoot
it's
each
true.
other.
But the thing is, we talking about fixing us, not them.
Right.
Well, yeah, but I don't want people to think white ICE is cold.
Sometimes people get upset when we start talking. When we
Hey,
talking about
Kev, I'm
in our
still
community like
impatiently
that,
waiting for the pot
we
to
trying to
pour.
fix us.
Let me get Mama Jenkins. She says, I agree with Brother Jeff. I just believe in policing your hoods by any means necessary. She said, like I said, we allow these people to come into our neighborhoods and destroy our space. I'm from the old school, and I just can't get with a motherfucker destroying my shit. Gotta love Mama Jenkins. Erica said a system we can use was started by MLK. I don't think so. I don't think, you know what? I think he established some ideologies, but I think, he I think he would admit that he probably was a little off in a couple of, because I keep saying it should have been more about empowerment as opposed to inclusion. Jeff said me and the witch doctor need to have a beer. Okay. Ewok, what's popping, man? While I got you on, what's good?
No doubt. I ain't finna hog up all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? We have had power structures before. I'm gonna just name two things: Rosewood and Black Wall Street, man. So when we do get that power structure and motherfuckers who got the mind that got their minds right and doing shit together, we have done that already. They come and drop motherfucking bombs on our shit, dog, to make sure that we can't fucking we can't come up. How do you fight against some shit like that? And they still doing it. It's the same plan that they do, man.
Well,
so
Ewok,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all know a little known fact.
Right.
I hate to do this to my people. Black Wall Street was actually rebuilt. And you know what happened to it? Integration killed it. Integration killed it.
Well, that's part of that. That's part. I mean, I understand what integration means too, because I'm intelligent too. I understand, but that's part of Dr. King's motherfucking legacy and shit. No, Malcolm X was like, keep our shit to ourselves.
Right. My point was, my point was that we had in Milwaukee, with a city who's so racist, that black business thrived here.
In Bronzeville.
And once again, I have to remember my mom taking me downtown, and before it was MLK, it was 3rd Street. Okay. And all these closed up storefront properties and retail properties. And my mom was saying, when I first came here, this is the only place we could shop at. We couldn't go downtown. We couldn't go to Brown Deer. When you came down here on the weekend, you seen nothing but black people. And she was like, and she would name where each store was and who sold what, from barbecue joints to record stores. And she would say, this is the only place we could go. But as soon as integration passed,
take a dirt road to get to Brown Deer.
We stopped.
But
she said as soon as integration,
but I think we talking about two different things.
As soon as integration came, all these black businesses went out. They went out. They all ended up gone.
Here, like Jeff Craig, just in the chat, we had Bronzeville. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like it was different communities all over the country, but you're right, integration fucked all that up.
Go ahead, Ewok.
Yeah, I think we're talking about two different things. I'm talking about something that, I'm saying, from the bootstraps, pull yourself from your bootstraps, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Rosewood and motherfucking Black Wall Street. I think, what I'm saying, the way you trying to convert the conversation is a little differently than with the way I'm trying to say. When we do shit, they destroy it. How the fuck can you know? It's like an ant. You know, if you kick over an anthill,
I
when
get
you a
what
little
he's
kid
saying.
and shit,
I
guess
got
what
an
the ants
idea.
do? They keep rebuilding. They keep rebuilding. They keep rebuilding. We ain't no motherfucking ants because
I get
you
what
know
he's
what I'm
saying.
saying. We don't want to keep rebuilding that shit. Sooner or later, we gonna get mad in the motherfucker.
Hey,
Yeah, but the one thing the
hey,
ants
I
do
get
is
what
they
he's
stay
saying.
together. They
Hey,
don't start shopping with the worms.
let me try to answer what he's saying. I think I get what he's saying. He's saying, like, what do we do now? Like, they keep doing this shit to us. What do we do now? So I feel like I've been saying this for a while, you know what I mean? Like, I think we can't concentrate in one spot. You know what I mean? We could be wherever we want to be. We just know who to fuck with. They can't bomb us. You know what I mean? They can't just come bomb the city. You know what I mean? If we all spread out and we just know who to fuck with. Like, you see a lot of people coming up with different black books with black businesses, who to call, black plumbers, electricians, different, you know what I'm saying? And we just learn who to fuck with, you know, because, like, look at it, man. This is how other communities is kicking it. You know what I mean? They just know who to fuck with. They ain't even promoting shop Mexican business, shop Jewish business, but we got to promote black. You know what I mean? Like, what if we didn't have to promote black business and everybody just knew to do that? Everybody just knew to support each other. It's an unwritten code. I think that's the solution right there.
It's a little bit easier too when you speak your own language. So Mexicans don't have to promote Mexican businesses outside of the community, because they can promote them to Mexican people, other Mexican people in their own language within the community. So you don't see it.
You get what
You
I'm
don't see
saying,
it.
though.
Right. I feel
You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? I mean, even you would still hear it. You know what I'm saying? You would still hear about them telling each other to support each other. But they don't even have to do that. Ride down Cesar Chavez.
Is it Chavez or Chavez?
Whatever it is, Chavez, you know what I'm saying?
El Chapo.
But you know what I'm saying? Hey, but you know what I mean? They know that's where to go. It's just an unwritten code. Is what I'm saying. It's just an unwritten code on where they go and who they rock with.
Murder is murder, for the record. I don't call the police because I'm peaceful. I'm nonviolent, but I'm not anti-violent. Know the difference. Hey, I ain't starting it, but I'll finish this shit. Let's say we got to keep grinding no matter what. Hey, inspirational. Right. He said we're built different now. We are, because we got the benefit of the lessons of history. Like all of those black people who were so adamant and so just heart filled with desire to hobnob with these people, that to the point where we said fuck our own businesses. We have the benefit of understanding what that leaves economically for us as a community. They say, you know what, we fucked ourselves, right? In order to go somewhere where they didn't want us. That's the sad part about it.
Right.
He's talking about the things that used to be in the city. Shabaka says, you right, Kev. I visited Black Wall Street in Tulsa 2 months ago. Give me a second. Let me catch the chat room.
Hey.
Hold on. He said, not intervention, brother, gentrification. Shout out to High Life on YouTube. He said, yo, what up, my brother? Share the show. The show. Let me see. Jesse Perry said the green books. Said if y'all still on in an hour, we're gonna chop it up. We got about an hour and a half. We got, whenever.
I got to bounce now though, Burrow, and I'm gonna tell you, man, the witch doctor, man, that dude said some shit so real, but you got to see this, dog. And I'm not gonna break down no history to y'all. Like, the thing is, what y'all gotta understand, like, I'm here in Houston, dude, probably the most diverse city you ever seen, bro. When I drive out through Houston, man, I can hit a street called Willcrest, and the streets are in Vietnamese, bro. The street signs are in Vietnamese. The thing is, what cats got to understand, and what we have to understand, is we are $1 trillion fucking industry, bro. If we spend our money with us the same way that Jews do, bro, we the biggest demographic out there. The difference is, oh man, I don't like this dude price, and I got the hookup, and I can't do this, and the other. If you support black business, bro, if you support what cats are doing on that level, bro, you can support yourself. The problem is we sell out, but not in the way that people say they sell out. It's when you're dealing with your homeboy, you're dealing with your friend who got a business, you want a discount. You won't pay that dude's price, but you don't understand his business. And I say that from the stance, I got my own business like that. And people don't see it that way. So that's the first part of it. We don't invest our money with ourselves. We're way so quick to invest our money with somebody else instead of putting that money in our community. Man, put that money where you live, bro. Put that money to build infrastructure where you live. The reason you got those taxes and all that, that's what pays for your school system. Build your own system. Put the money in your schools. Build the shit that needs to be paid. Man, pay them teachers $90,000, bro, and get the best education you can. That's where I leave that shit at, bro. But on the cool, I could give you a rant that, dude, I got to go. I got to go, though, boss, but I got to pick up my son because I got to be a father to my son. I got to pick him up from work. He's a junior in high school, but bro,
hey, I got a senior, so I love what he said.
Like, me and that cat need to have a beer, bro. We need to talk about this.
Just make it vegan. Just make it vegan. Make it a vegan beer.
How is this big old nigga vegan though? Are you serious?
He ain't as big as he looks.
No, it's all good, man. I love that dude's mind with that dude because if people understand the structure and the infrastructure of it, if people went to school and just understood micro versus macroeconomics, bro, put your money in your community. Everybody do that shit, bro. The Indians do it. The Jews do it. We don't.
Yeah, man. Indigenous Americans.
Man.
Hey,
I gotta keep moving though, bro. I'll be back in an hour if you still on, boss.
All right, Jeff. All right. Go ahead, come on.
That's the difference too. You know what I mean? Like the conversations in the different communities be different.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We talking about Sexy Red and shit. You know what I mean? Who's the best rapper? And you know what I mean? We talking all this type of stuff. And I was riding down 51st Street one day, man.
Yeah.
And I looked up on the corner, like it was a bunch of Jewish people just at this house, just sitting on a porch. I want to say it was about 10 of them all sitting in a circle on a porch, just talking and hanging out together, right? A bunch of men, there may have been a couple women. And the thought went across my head like, man, I wonder what the hell they talking about.
Probably talking about who was the greatest Jewish boxer and who was the greatest Jewish basketball player and that kind of thing.
Either that or some kind of family business is what I thought about.
Never know.
You know what I'm saying? Some kind of family business, like different strategies with each other may be using. Like I'm talking about maybe they wasn't family. Maybe it was just men in the community hanging out, talking financial strategies and shit like that.
Stock
you know
tips.
what I mean? Networking with each other right quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just shit that we don't do.
Right.
We got the juice lady in the house. What's going on, Courtney?
Hey, y'all sound like y'all having some good conversation. Woo woo.
We are having a very affable time. High Life is in the chat room with Kamar's favorite kind of joke, a race joke. He says, "What do you call an Ethiopian with a big toe? A golf club." I don't get it, but it's funny.
Yeah, because I get that one.
Right, that's what I was going to say, Kev. I don't get it, but it's funny.
But it's funny, right?
I didn't get about y'all.
All right. Flesh says, stop asking for discount, pay the price. Pay what he charges.
Yeah.
Dion is speaking. Dion, what's going on, man?
Hey,
Did I lose Dion? He was on the Dion. What's popping? You mute?
Oh, this not Dion.
Oh, I see 292. I'm sorry. Is this Erica?
Yeah.
Okay. Dion is 292. So I'm always thinking I'm gonna hear. What up, Kev? What's going on, Erica?
What up, Kev? What up, Outlaws? Hey, Just Lady. Hey, Kamar. Hey, Real.
Hey, how you doing?
I just wanted to say, if I can get my little 5-second commercial, Realty Tax Services is leading the tax service industry right now. We are doing a great job at servicing hundreds of clients in the United States. And you could definitely hit Erica, the tax pro. You got to call me the tax pro, Kev, not the tax lady. I'm the union lady to everybody else. But you got to get the two industries straight, right? And then, I had to come and talk my shit about the union.
Yeah, but I do want you to know it's cool. Promote your, we charge people to promote their businesses on here now. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
My bad.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I'm just talk your shit. I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
Dog, but I'm gonna have to come talk my shit about the unions, right? Because what I hear everybody saying is, a system, a way. We need to invest. And, those are some of the same words I use in the new hire orientation when I'm communicating to my neighbors, because my auntie done walk through the door to get one of them jobs. My niece done walk through the door to get one of them jobs, right? And when I'm talking to them about the union position that they have, I'm reminding them that Dr. King started this work, right? But I'm also reminding them it's the labor that they're offering that they need to protect. And all I hear you guys talking tonight about is our value in our labor. And sometimes it starts with just a service that we're providing. But anywho, get involved with the union. Talk about it. Dr. Umar talked about how we really don't see a Black union for teachers, even though it's one of the most suffering careers that's going on right now. One of the longest careers that's been in play, right? Is
wait. The teachers have a union. They have a union.
A Black union?
They have a union. They have a teachers union. That's
Kev.
powerful.
Black, Kev. Black.
No, I hear what she's saying, but I don't. What's the difference if you got the regular teachers union? Okay, tell me how the Black union would fit in.
One for the Black teachers.
Well, see, now the Black union would fit in when you talk about how we really don't need other races to help us.
Okay.
Right? So if we go and we learn the diplomatic system that the unions have, then we can go ahead and establish our own Black union and invest in ourselves.
Okay, but just let me get, because I'm looking for clarity.
Kev, there's a Chamber of Commerce. And where do I work at, Kev? The Black Chamber of Commerce. There's a Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce, but then there's a Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce.
No, I get that.
There's also a Chinese.
You know
I get that, but hold on. I'm just saying, the second part of my question was, what organization in this city has a Black union in addition to a regular union?
That's why we need.
No, but there is a presence of a.
There's a presence of what? I'm sorry.
There is a presence of the union here. There's a number of unions.
I know there's unions, but you said a Black union.
Who are they representing?
Say that again, come on.
Are you asking who are they representing?
No. I'm saying once again, Courtney and Erica said a Black union. Cool, right? And I said the teachers have a union. I used to be a teacher, so I know they have a union that does negotiations for contracts, pay raises, benefits, and all this kind of stuff, right? But she said a Black union, and there's that designation. So I'm saying, what organization here has one now? A Black union and separate from their normal union?
So when I was talking about the Black unions, I was trying to quote Dr. Umar.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Umar. So that's where you may have misunderstood
there you go.
Right?
There
and
you
go. I was trying to quote him, right?
No wonder it was,
when I said the Black union.
Okay. Once you said Umar, I said okay.
It was a miss.
Easy to get
you don't
confused.
mess with Umar.
I mean, I like Umar, but I think, sometimes he, as you say, chew up the fish and spit out the bones. I think that's why I approach Umar a lot of times. Right, because I hear
you never know until you get really, really close to whomever we might be discussing. But I was just saying we don't have those Black unions. So you actually pointed out what I was saying. We don't have these Black unions. But what can we do right now is we can start to learn these systems that's already here. If they're not a Black union, why not get involved? And when we make sure that the union membership is 99% Black, is it really non-Black union or what?
Yeah.
Is it a Black union or what?
I don't know. I've never worked anywhere where there was this, we have, consortiums of the Black employees who say we need, to form some kind of allegiance so that we won't get mistreated within this company. But when you put it in a union perspective, or even if Umar put it in that perspective, I'd like to hear that, because I'd like to see, how does this even come to be? And what is their function? Are there additional union fees? Is this someone do you have a civil rights lawyer on deck 24 hours a day? So when you encounter, discrimination, or your pay wages ain't what they should be, the Black union will step in and say, no, you got to treat them right. It might not be a bad idea. I just like to know how it could be implemented. That's all I was asking.
Now, Kev, one thing that they have done, or the system has done, right, is they changed laws to actually weaken unions. And there is a large difference between a dying union and a striving union. And what you just represented and talked about was a striving union. That is where you have 100% membership, where you have 100% people investing into their own union and participating and becoming active in their union. Okay. That's how, with union power, you get that striving union. But if you let the law that's in place right now, where you can be a union member, you don't have to, but either way it goes, you still part of the union, right? But if you're not paying your dues and you don't have the investment that you need, we're talking about investing into something. If you don't invest into that system and make it stronger, right, then it's going to be a dying union. Of course, you ain't going to get nothing out of it. So a union is what we put into it. And I really feel like it's a very, very useful tool that the community can use, because majority of us are occupying these positions anyway. And when you really think about it, we leaving the money on the table when we allow big corporations to manipulate our pay and keep a lot of it in its pocket.
Seeds to be planted, right? Like think more. The conversation will always get more complicated, right? Like it's that rail thing where you're gonna add more to it before you take it back, right? Like it's always gonna get bigger and bigger. Anytime we light this show up and start talking about our issues, it starts here and it ends there. Like Jeff said, it's micro versus macro a lot of times, and I don't know if people even understand the difference between the two. But I hear what you're saying. I'm never telling anybody, you don't know what the fuck you talk about. Because I think every little bit helps, right? The more representation you have for yourself, the better off you'll probably be in the long run. That's just always been kind of how I approached it. So I'm not anti-union at all.
That's just my theory. And I'm very union friendly. I am a union member myself that paid that additional due fees. But I was really impressed by my union that represented me. I've been representing my members very, very efficiently. There have been union victories all year long that I can look back to. There's union victories I gained today. You get what I'm saying? And if it includes getting people higher wages or saving their jobs, like them is all victories to them.
So, but a lot of us work.
But that means somebody gets to go home with their employment.
I work in a place where there is no union, and a lot of us have jobs where there's no union. So people may say a union ain't bad, but it's just not at your place of work. So, how does one even go? I don't think most people would even understand how to get a union started where they work at without getting eliminated. Like, oh, you want a union?
First off, we gotta confront the. So one thing that I remind members that I talk to or that I'm working with and helping them gain the skills that they need to be a stronger union, I remind them Dr. King died on his way going to Tennessee, right?
Well, no, he's actually in Memphis. He was in Memphis.
Right. So he was in Memphis when he was killed. But what was his purpose of going to Memphis? Anybody know?
He was supporting the sanitation workers who were striking. I don't know if he was endorsing the union, but he was definitely saying that there needed to be some representation because they were underpaid and mistreated on the job. So he was there to support the sanitation workers.
Exactly. But that's the idea that gave birth to unionizing.
Okay. Kind of thought unionizing
that was the
around before that.
That Dr. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I thought the auto industry, the auto industry and the Industrial Revolution brought forth the need for unions because at one point they was working 14-year-old kids on 18-hour days. So that actually predated that. Like the unions had become
that might
powerful.
Be, but that concept. But what I'm saying is that if it was worth killing Dr. King about for the work that he was going to Tennessee to do, it's really something we need to take another look at and continue to utilize the community.
If you're gonna be pushing these unions, you got to know the history on, baby, for real. You can't just be.
Who is that?
You can't be pushing something. It's Dion. You can't be pushing something if you don't know the history of it. I ain't gonna even lie to you. You just went on deaf ears right then and there.
Okay, Dion. I'm gonna take your feedback.
I was listening to you. But in my, I don't like unions. I'm gonna keep it real with you. The unions like the Affordable Health Care Act. You paying for some shit that it really ain't about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I worked at places where we had unions before, and I don't even I could have got a job at Waste Management. I don't want to fuck with no union. I don't want you. I'm already paying enough fees. You ain't about to take no more money from me. And I thought when Scott Walker was in office with Act 10, he eliminated the union.
He didn't eliminate the union, but what he did is he took and he changed the law to where before, in order to be represented by the union, you would have to pay into it. Now they were saying, now what Skywalker did was he changed the law, so therefore you don't have to pay in it, but you still part of the union.
Oh, okay.
So when you stop paying into a union, that's when it starts to die. Because you lose your staff members, that is the lawyers you talked about, Kevin. You lose the organizers, the representation. You lose the money that might go to the workers that's coming to do the work to help organize it. You lose those benefits that you're negotiating for.
I'm looking
and just Dion, just a little bit on the history, right? I've only been organizing for the union for the last 2 years. Okay? So there's a whole lot of work that's been done since union started. So I hear you on getting better, but I know what we're doing now. And we taking officers from $10 and $12 to $16 and $20.
But in order to represent something, that's just like a young boy that's a Klan member. He knows when the Klan first started, where they started from, how you get ranked, what's the rank, what rank he is. So if you're going to be pushing something, representing it, and somebody gets to throwing these questions and these quizzes at you, and you like, and that shit falling on deaf ears. It's like she just pushing something to make it sound good. Yeah, it sounds good. I can still use some cocaine if I want to make it sound good, but you don't know how the cocaine is until you try it. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, you got to know the history of it. Like, I know the history of cocaine. You know, the mountain that it come from, and it was a leaf, and you know the process that it went through, and it was a Coca-Cola and certain medications that we take. Even now, you know what I'm saying, it's still in certain medications. It's just not as strong as it was, you know? So, you know, I'm just saying, you're going to have to brush up on your history of union.
I definitely brush up on my history in union.
All right, that's all I wanted to say.
I can take that feedback respectfully because you're right. You know, I did stumble over my words a little bit. But like I said, I've been only organizing for the union for 2 years. I've been an activist a little bit longer than that.
Stop making that excuse. You get an associate degree in 2 years.
I will take your feedback. I will take your feedback.
Let me talk my shit with Cam for a minute, man. You selling us this bullshit on the real.
It ain't bullshit. It's our community because, like you said, you was with it until.
Dion, you be nice to my guests, man. You be nice to my guests.
All right. Erica know I'm this fucking word.
Dion, I just got out together a couple years ago, bro.
Don't you got a sister named Tanya?
The same trenches you destroyed, bro.
Do you have a sister named Tanya?
I sure do.
If she's religious fanatic, ain't she?
Oh, well, that's none of that ain't my key to serve.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Come on,
Dion. I'm out of here because my kids is done with their
what's on your mind, man? You done went to talk about the girl family and shit. Come on, man.
You know, come on, kid. You know how to be talking shit, man. On the real, I just had to call and pop my shit with the niggas, man. I see Miss Francois, whatever her name out there. Got that old emoji on that motherfucker. What's going on, real? What up with my nigga Bull? You know what I'm saying? Happy motherfucker 2024. You understand? We up in this bitch. Where my nigga Sean at, man? I don't even know Bro podcast, so I can participate and call this shit. Yeah, you know, I'm always support you, represent, call and talk some shit. I was just driving, talking to one of my old Brizzards, you know, and I heard my nigga Kel, like, man, I thought this was Dion. I said, man, let me call my nigga and chop it up with him, though. But, you know, no disrespect to Erica, no disrespect to her family. I love everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm Outlaw, you know what I'm saying? Down for the cause, whatever we gonna do. You know, we got to start getting out here and making something happen. I want to, like we did that one time, we need to meet again. Just have a little meet and greet, hang out, talk shit. Maybe have a social event, you know, a month, every month or every other month, just to hang out, you know, on the weekends, though. I work Monday through Friday, you know, just for us to get better acquainted. Because this is why I said that. I love you niggas. I fuck with y'all. And if y'all don't ever hear my voice no more, and if something ever happened to me, even though I might not know, I would want you niggas to come pay your respect. And if something happened to one of you motherfuckers, I want to come pay my respect. You feel what I'm saying? You be like, my nigga called, he hunked that horn, he talk shit. You know what I'm saying? That's my nigga. You know, he was Milwaukee bound. Like I tell a motherfucker, I'm Chicago raised, but Milwaukee made, goddammit. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to pop my collar, talk my shit, jack on the bitch, and swallow this spit. And I'm going to go on and get up out of here and let you niggas finish doing what y'all going to do. Love y'all. I'm gone.
Peace out.
Look, all I know is she said, I'm from the same trenches you destroyed. I said, damn.
Yeah. Listen. Let me get Mama Jenkins in the chat room. Just,
I'm
let's
cleaning
center
all up.
this, right? Let's get back on task. Mama Jenkins said that's just like your neighborhood. If you don't stop these assholes, they will continue to destroy shit. We are the only race of people that got a goddamn problem. We are some destructive people that, and she said, people that we don't invest within our own race. We go to these other people and spend our money. We have sold ourselves out. Well, I think, Latinos have issues. Asians have issues. I think all races have. You don't see real Arabs really. I guess they don't really. Well, unless they overseas, then they keep blowing each other up. Flesh says every time I see Cam, I'm spending all the money in my pockets on his products. Cam. Every time you see,
I'm guessing Kamar. I'm gonna need you to figure it out now.
there you go. But it says KAM,
It's
so
me,
I mean,
man.
So
It's
we
me.
just
It's
missing the
me.
R. It's
oh
just,
okay.
It's
oh
me.
my
Damn,
gosh.
motherfuckers be too goddamn uptight on this show. We gonna have to do a show on meditation and not say shit for 2 hours. Just add a logo up there like
Look, we're
right?
gonna have
Have some,
Real lead that one. That's when Real gonna
all
lead.
right, some
Get
bells
it
and
right.
shit.
Down.
Everybody on
I
screen.
got some Tibetan singing bowls that I can hit on and make the
Oh
bell
shit.
sounds and shit.
See? You gotta get
Said
this right.
demand and supply. Ewok said they fake Jews. Pure white people try to steal land as we speak. These are the what you call them? Ashkenazis. These are because we try to get to, because I kept saying with the establishment of Israel and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute. Based on these origins of these Midwestern people, or I'm sorry, Middle Eastern people who are supposedly Jewish, where do the European Jews come from? And the question was it was answered by somebody saying they're Ashkenazi Jews, which I
They
didn't
lied.
know.
They no Jews. They lying. If you
Well,
ask
the
for real,
minister calls them so-called, but I ain't getting into that because I'm not anti-Semitic.
I think motherfuckers be saying it's the difference between Jews and Jewish, and if you get deep, it'd be a lot of shit in them videos.
Rabbit
Now.
hole is deep.
Yeah, it is now. It goes.
He said, I think Court, this is Ernest, I think Court cute and intelligent, but she got too many niggas for me. Okay, well, okay then.
First
Okay.
off, you don't know how many niggas I got. Like,
Now you figure this out. He said Court. Is he talking about you?
he
Because you
definitely
so
talking about me. Of course, I'm the cute and intelligent one. Come on now.
oh.
So like, they
Well,
got too many niggas.
excuse all of us Shreks on the show with you. I'm
You know, I hope y'all don't want to be cute and intelligent. Well, maybe to y'all
Sometimes it depends on
girls.
who it's
Yeah,
coming
I'm gonna say
from. I
maybe
wouldn't
y'all
want no
girls.
dude to say
To
it.
your woman. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want no dude to be like, Kev, you is cute and intelligent. I'd be like, this ain't the show for you, bro. Ain't for you. No. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you so cute and intelligent when you podcasting, bro.
I just wanted to make sure you was straightening me out on nicknames. So I want to make sure you had your same kind of energy.
Yeah, that was me, Court.
Randy Jones, what it do? He said, hey fellas.
Peace.
Mariah says the local 998. I don't want to say where she works at, but I know they got a union.
PPG got a union too. Before I left, they had a decent union. Juice lady, I need you to call me. We have business to take care of for sure. I will indeed tomorrow.
That's what's up. I think he's trying to get in that pitch contest. Well, let me not even speculate what he's trying to get involved with. It ain't my business. Randy Jones said the black just wasn't part of union. The black wasn't part of a union. The black just wasn't. Okay.
Probably when you say the word union and she said black union, he's probably saying the black probably wasn't a part of you. Like
I was triggered by that because I didn't, because I had missed her. She did say Dr. Umar, and like I say, Dr. Umar talks in a scattered. I say his style is scattered because it's a lot of information coming at you at the same time, and some of it's like filler, and it's like, you be like, damn, what should I? What part should I keep? So you got to really have a keen ear, huh?
So did you zone out when she said Umar? You just faded to black?
No, I missed her because she went into black, and I was thinking, okay, union. How can you have a union and then have it black? But she said it was some ideology that came from him. I missed that part of it. Okay. I can't hear everything. Mama Jenkins said, no, they have a bunch of black officers that just get together and talk, but they belong to the gang of one union.
True.
He said, word. It said, word. Mama Jenkins said, I was a union rep for over 32 years, and I was happy to be a part of it. She said, I had benefits and a damn good paycheck each week. There you go, Erica, somebody who supports that. I see a bunch of blank spaces, y'all. I don't know if this thing done went bad. He said, this is Ewok. He said, okay, they be flirting, Court. Okay, I don't. I mean, I don't. A good thing the Roch ain't on here. He be like,
You know how he be. Oh God.
man, singing sweet soliloquies. I'll be like, damn, bro. Just hit. It's just inboxer. Like it is like, man. But no, I'd like the name of the show is Take Me to Your Leader because that is kind of like a running old school narrative that whenever we were invaded by aliens or or when somebody takes over or when somebody invades you and conquers you, they say the first thing they say is take me to your leader.
So
Right.
who you
And
gonna
so
take him to, Ken?
well,
If
that's
somebody
what
pop up right now,
that
who do
was
you take?
about to be my question. In that, when we look at Milwaukee, and if the aliens landed today and said, "Take me to your leaders," where would we take them?
I'm gonna bring him to the Outlaws.
Well, I don't.
Bring him to us and say we got you. Come on over here.
But I have no power of delegation or legislation. So, like ideology, yeah, methodology, I can come up with some creative shit, but I don't sign any papers. I don't make any declarations.
But if they aliens, they can damn near make anything happen. So it's like shit.
Well,
Come
they
on.
might want to talk to the people who actually, because who's to say all aliens are like war ravaging murderers? They might want to say, we know we look funny. We want to talk to the people in charge of the gun so we don't get shot. And I think that's very much what Martin Luther King was saying to white people back in the days is take me to y'all leader. It's some bullshit. All these ignorant motherfuckers down here hanging us and blowing up churches. Where's your real leaders at?
Y'all seen that photo I sent y'all in the group chat. Y'all seen what he wanted.
Well, y'all, what? Okay, so you did send some in there, and it was. I'm trying to remember what the
It
picture
was
was.
him with the white chick and the Asian chick, and he
Well,
got the.
yeah, I mean, but
He's
hey,
having a good
listen,
time. That's what he wanted. He wanted us, the white babies and the black babies, and everybody hold hands. That's what he wanted.
Well, that's I don't know about that. I don't. He
No,
didn't
you
have
don't
no.
think?
He didn't. As much as they say he cheated, he must have used a lot of contraceptives because he never. There's nobody ever saying they're his love child, right? Like I haven't seen him. Maybe it's a story out there. Erica says, "Love you, Deborah Jenkins Simmons. I bet you know the history because you lived it. One union, one fight."
That's
When I
right.
was talking about the history of the union, she had said that Martin Luther King was kind of. I don't know that he was pro-union. I know he's pro-human rights, and I don't know that he was down there carrying a union flag. If there was a semblance of a union, I'm pretty sure he was questioning why are you not, doing what you need to do, because I know they were taking dues. I was talking about the origins of labor unions that came from the 20s and the 30s when Ford and Chrysler and all these large corporations that had become, even if you go back to the real business pimps in this country, JP Morgan and Rockefeller and all these people, they had factories where they was shitting on people. They didn't give a fuck. And then there's this in New York, there's the Triangle Shirt Factory fire where they had these women who worked in these buildings, and at this time the buildings were mostly made of wood, and all of these women were in this shirt factory, and they were just crowded in, faulty equipment, no regulation on nothing. They was working 20-hour days, and it caught on fire, and most of them died. And so that's when the start of the union, the movement to have labor unions, and then they looked at child labor and said, dude, what the fuck? I mean, you talking about coal miners who in West Virginia, who they were like little kids working 14-hour shifts with grown men. Like, so yeah, that's where the union came from. Ewok, what's on your mind, man?
Man, I wanted to say, once you lose power, it's hard to get it back. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody then broke you down in some type of fucking fashion, like a fraction around this motherfucker and shit to begin with, because you done lost your goddamn power. And, we sit around talking about unions and shit and all of that shit, man. Man, the system then been designed. They got 500 years of already having a design to make you not gain any of your power back. You can't. They ain't gonna allow you to get that power back. They're gonna try till they die, not allow you to get any of your power back. You know what I'm saying? So we can sit here, we can articulate, we can go to college, we can sound like Barack Obama and shit, you know what I'm saying? But until the motherfucker realize it's a systematic thing that they do to us, man. With the music, with motherfucking us goddamn it, fighting each other for shit and scrambling over crumbs with each other and shit, man. Until we realize that shit, man, we just a lost cause, dog. We got to stop being a lost cause. And you know what? I'm saying this because I know you got viewers and shit, and I hope some motherfuckers is listening. Man, we have to stop being that lost cause. We got to quit that shit, dog. We got to stop doing what the fuck lost cause motherfuckers do. And Courtney, um, I was saying what I said about you and shit was no disrespect meant. You know what I'm saying? You 100. You know what I'm saying? So that's 100. There was no disrespect and there wasn't no hidden messages in this shit. You know what I'm saying? No shit like that. But hey, I'm out.
Holla.
Let me see. Chat room still shaking. She said that's the history, Kev, and there's so much more. Yeah, well, yeah, man. Like I said, the more representation you get, the better off you are most of the time, right? Like so, you got consumer protection agencies that are supposed to, protect your rights against consumer fraud. You got the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union, which is supposed to also protect your rights as a worker when you get violated. So you got all these bodies that are supposed to be protective, and a lot of times they're watered down and diminished to the point where it becomes about the dues. Or when the dues become, because you look at what organized crime was able to do with their control over the labor unions, out of control. That was a big part of why they were so hard to deal with, because the auto industry was the biggest. That was America's big thing. That's what kept us as a world power, and they was able to dictate that industry, and they were able to, if they wanted to, shut it down. And you start controlling construction sites and stuff like that, steel factories. Like it gets wild when you start to think about, corruption is corruption, right? And it'll fuck everything up. She said, a union is only as strong as its people. Every damn thing is control. That's right. And the representatives, people who represent the people. Yeah, Mariah says she got 4 a.m. in the morning. Tell the union to give you a later start time so you can listen to more Outlaw Radio. Peace and love, family. You have a good night. Tell them kids I said, Kev said, what it do, cuz? Right? Erica said, almost impossible to know all the history if they don't pay us. Shut it down. It ain't impossible to know all the history. When we talk about unions, it's there. It's out there. You just Google it. You go in so many directions. I mean, I used to always tell people use Google Scholar if they wanted to find out a lot. Do they still have Google Scholar? I used to use it in grad school because it'll all any kind of academic, papers and stuff
research
like that.
Papers and
it's all there.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
He said, but can we give up thinking it's a lost cause? He said we're a lost cause, but I think he was saying we have to stop doing that. I don't believe we're a lost cause. I think there needs to be a dramatic shift in the way we think. Like I think we ingest a lot of stuff. Like black people take a lot of shit on their shoulders, right? And black people have to deal with a lot of different kind of convoluted subconscious messages, from written print to radio to music, like he said, movies. Think of how many different messages come at you every day as a black person. You sit down, you watch TV, you driving down the streets, you're looking at street signs, right? Like you sit down, you get the newspaper, you get on the internet, social media, you get all these messages coming, and I think a lot of us just is sensory overload, man. Kamar had put up a post. I gotta tell on you, Kamar, because fuck it. Kamar put up a post here like, I got a Facebook friend. I wish somebody would treat her right so she can shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. This is a sidebar. Sisters be complaining on Facebook, man. I'd be like, damn. Or maybe it's just who I'm friends with. I got like 5,000 friends, right? On Facebook. So I see all kinds of shit, but it's just like, damn, for real. Like I see some brothers on there whining and moaning too, but it'd be like, damn, man. Like, whoa, and it'd be personal for a lot of people.
Hey, what kind of complaining? Because I don't really see complaining. I might see some divisive, masculine, feminine, male, woman shit. Then I delete them people immediately. But I don't really see nobody just complaining. A men be or women be. I don't. What do you see, Kev? Tell me more.
I see women who have an issue, who have had issues with men on different levels, and they're fixated on it. And so whatever, it's almost like whatever hurt you or traumatized you, you refuse to let it go, and it plays out on social media. So anytime anybody puts up a post about something that's not like, so Kamar could put up a post, and I'm just using this as an example. He could put up a post and say, man, I'm a strong black man, and I want to holler at all my strong black brothers. Some sisters gonna come in there and be like, oh, it's strong black brothers left.
It's some strong black women out here too.
Right. Where they at? Because we can't find their ass.
Yeah,
right?
all that shit. Yeah.
It'd be like that kind of condescending. And then there's posts like, I need a grown man who can do this, and I don't need to raise a little boy. And it'd be like, okay, so I just personally feel like some of that shit you should internalize.
Yeah.
But if it helps you, I want to say this. If it helps you to get it out, right? If it helps you to have a space where you could blow it out, go ahead, by all means necessary. Because I don't want to. You don't want anybody to be constricted.
Hey, when I originally posted that, shared it, I was thinking about the women that got like a bunch of relationships on their timeline.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Like,
if you go back and
you done been Facebook friends with them for years, and you done seen a whole bunch of different relationships, and these same women got all this shit to talk about, man. That's who I was talking about. Like, yeah.
Real life contact is so much more important.
But you know what?
Than social media.
Let me get real though. Let me get on. The post. I was just being funny, right? But the real thing is, you know what I mean? The real side to it is, you know what I mean? It's really about us working on ourselves so we can attract the type of people that's gonna treat us right. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the real side to it. All that shit was just a joke. You know what I mean? I don't want nobody to think I'm being divisive, or you know what I'm saying, with the post or nothing. It was just a joke.
But I'm trailering. I want to tie that to what Rail did with. He made a very good point a couple of weeks ago when he was talking about what you put out is what you get, the kind of energy. So he was saying, like, at one point he gave off I give off the energy of somebody who wants to do. He said, I led with that I'm a provider, right? And so that's the kind of people that I received. So I looked around, and all of a sudden it was nothing but users around me, right? Because that's what I was putting off. So that went with what you said about getting yourself together to the point where you can say, am I attracting the right people? What kind of energy am I putting off if all I'm attracting is flies? I must be shit, right? Not like that. Not like that. Let me catch my chat room, y'all. Let me see. Randy said that's what they want you to think, that you're a lost cause. Mama Jenkins said they haven't found Jimmy Hoffa ass yet. They say he's in Miller Park. I heard the latest rumors that he's in Miller Park.
Under the third base. Something like that, right?
Yeah. Hey, y'all go in
or under home plate or something.
Go on to Journal Sentinel and look at them Balistreri tapes and them Balistreri papers that they got up now. They put that article up.
They were just talking about that about a month ago, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was they was on the news and everything right there where the field was and shit.
Yeah, and they want us to give $100 million.
They said a dog, a cadaver dog or something, made a hit over there.
Yeah, man, please. I mean, at this point, does it matter where he is? Like, I don't. Who cares? Who cares? What's going on, Ewok?
Hey, man. I want to get back to the motherfucker women shit. You know what I'm saying? God damn it. Look here, man. All women, I'm telling you, since the beginning of time, chromosome motherfucker 22, 23 is fucked up with all of them. Now, look here. All women is crazy because of that. You know what I'm saying? So a nigga got to deal with what type of craziness they go deal with around this motherfucker. I be telling motherfuckers all the time, man. Man, they all crazy. Shit. You know, you got to deal with the motherfuckers the way you did it.
I agree with Ewok low-key.
I'm finna, wait a minute, Courtney. You don't get to talk until I get done. Yeah, chromosome 23 is fucked up in all of them and shit because they off emotions and shit, and we off stupid. Now, see, I blame men for some shit too now. I'm putting it all out there. We do stupid shit. They do crazy shit. They think crazy, you know? So I had to call back in when y'all had got on the motherfucking woman and man situation and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I bust the window out your car. See what I'm talking about now? God dang. What the fuck? All right, man. I'm out, man. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. Courtney, I want to make sure you get a chance to respond because he,
No,
he
like
said you
I
can't
said,
talk until I'm
I
done.
said I agree. You know, wait, he said don't talk. What did he say? What you say? He
Oh, I
said?
didn't. Never mind then, because I
What you
don't
say?
see.
He
Yeah, if you
said?
starting shit, I don't. Just if you didn't hear it, don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, all
I
right.
listen. I guess the main point of me doing this show tonight, and I love the way conversations can expand and go in different directions. But like I really want to ask people how they feel about where we're at as a city, as a foundational Black American community. Because can you really look around now and say you're happy with the leadership in this city? I'm not talking. Look, I ain't talking about you feeling comfortable because somebody on the screen look like you. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about thinking that I got to vote for a Black person because they're Black. You don't. I have to vote for a Democrat because he's a Democrat. You don't. I got to vote for a Republican because I'm a Republican. You don't. Is there such thing as you figuring out what we really need to be focused on in our community? And is that the focus of our leadership, right? Public safety, economic development, addressing poverty, employment. Are these things being focused on by our leadership? Or are they more focused on infrastructure, making sure that how many times have they redone the Marquette interchange? How many of us as people of color fucking utilize the Marquette interchange? Okay. I mean, okay.
I'm just talking, hey man, I just did that, man. But that just goes to show what you're saying is true.
Well, yeah.
Like,
Well,
look, it's three of us, and I'm the only one who raised my hand.
I don't, you people say, Kev, I use the highway all the time, but you were cool with how the Marquette interchange was set up before.
Yeah. I
feel like the improvements being made are to assist those who are coming from outside the city to give them easier access to the city. You feel me? I looked at we had this burning question about these bump outs, and we said, wait till it snows. This is going to present a tremendous problem, a safety hazard, if you will. They didn't figure out a way to really plow. There's piles of snow. You don't know where it starts and where it ends.
Yeah, you just see the little yellow thing. If the yellow thing ain't been knocked out yet, you know what I'm saying? You see it somewhere in the middle, so you know the bump out somewhere around. So like,
yeah, right. You just goddamn right. So I'm saying like these ideas that you've come up with have not worked. You come up with ideas about, well, we want to get the neighborhoods got to be more accountable. And I heard when I hear police the community is something I wanted to say too. That's cool if you're going to police your community and you're going to work with law enforcement, but it's not cool for them not to be able to protect your ass once the criminals find out that it was you who told on them. We just had a sister on here a brother on here whose mom is an elderly woman, her house being shot up because she took the initiative and said, listen, I've seen something. I'm going to call and tell. The police not only didn't protect her, they informed him that that's who told on him.
Oh, gosh.
Or if you mess around and have to shoot somebody and now they about to protest your house they told you to police your neighborhood, you policed it, caught somebody doing something they should have been doing, had to defend yourself from them, and now they mad at you because you didn't have to shoot them. You ain't have to shoot them and kill them. It's a rock and a hard place, man.
Well, it's all good to say let's police our community until somebody catch your little 15-year-old son doing something and beat his ass. Mm-hmm. Now you want to call Ray and Pookie them up here from Chicago because we fit to ride on these motherfuckers tonight. Right. So it's one thing, like, we say, I always say Black people don't know whether they want Old Testament justice or New Testament justice. Right. Like, he still cut his hand off. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like, that's Old Testament. But then when you do it, you say this system is so unjust. Like I'm going to put it out there because everybody else seems to be able to jump out the window, so I should be able to as well. We get mad and complain about our young kids and these kids out here and these kid boys and these stolies But then when the police got them somewhere, we stop and turn on our phones and be like, shit, leave them kids alone. Like Kamar said, the kids collecting at Juneteenth to get rowdy, and you got a group of individuals getting at the police. And then later on, how many people were shot? Right? And it was youngsters. Right? So sometimes I feel like, because we say fuck the police, which I understand. But then when something happens, we say call the police. What the fuck you standing there for? Call the police. Now, I remember we had Jason on the show, and he argued with me adamantly that no matter what the crime was, he would not call the police because he did not support the American justice system. And I said, so you come home, your wife's laid out, your daughter's laid out, raped, murdered, assaulted, whatever. You're not going to call the police? He's like, no, I would go after him by myself. That's not really the method that I take. Even if I went after him, I'd probably be on the phone with the police. Like, yeah, I'm going down Burleigh. They in a green Chevy. You know, I might be chasing them, but I'm definitely calling for backup.
I mean, I could see me, depending on any situation, I could see me telling the police, but depending on what it is and how police handle things, I could see me also handling things myself. Like, is this something with my children? Yeah, I didn't put the report in. I done told y'all, but y'all not really doing nothing. That's cool. I got it. You know, I just want to put that report in, to see if y'all would help, but I got it.
Yeah, you got to be careful too sometimes, you run up on somebody. People have confronted you. Somebody hit your car. This motherfucker didn't even stop, and you get on his bumper, and that motherfucker, you pull up on the side of him, and he like this.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I was just kidding, right? No. You want to make a citizen's arrest, correct? Come on. Right? Come on, Officer Winarski. I said it's cool, nigga. I got insurance. Nah, you got insurance, right? She said, this is Erica. She said we have to make sure our votes count. Or the opposite vote will outweigh ours. Listen, the low voter turnout rate, and then with people really not investing in knowing everybody who's on the ballot. A lot of these judges, a lot of these conservative people who you have snuck in because you only knew 2 people on the ballot. You came to vote for them, but you get a ballot with 12 motherfuckers on it. You don't know what the referendums are. MPS has got a $225 million referendum on the ballot so they can get $200 million more dollars. You already got $1 billion budget. And people who don't know about it is going to say, well, yeah, the public schools need money. Yep, vote for that. And then you're going to be mad when they say, oh, shit, another tax increase because property tax levy is being exhausted by this $225 million referendum. Right? You have to understand what you're doing. That's all I'm saying. John Fletcher said the revolution will not be televised. Change starts in the mind. You can't see that. Meaning leadership has their own agenda. And it ain't on us. The faster we realize, the better off we will be. Yeah, I think if we were more demanding of a lot of the people who are running, saying this is what we demand, don't sell me no dream. And then a lot of people will sell you a dream, not understanding what situation they getting themselves into, especially when aldermanic candidates. And my experience over the years of interviewing Kamar, I don't know how many people have we had on here who was running for alderman or mayor or whatever. It's cool to talk that big six until you get downtown and you get in those meetings and you say, oh, this committee, when you start learning what the job really is, oh, you ain't got no clout if you ain't on that committee. Oh, if I don't vote with them on this, they ain't gonna vote. I could come up with some ingenious shit. They're not gonna support mine. So then you gotta learn how to navigate relationships. And we know for sure that a lot of people have issues navigating relationships. So what do you end up doing? You realize halfway through, damn, I gotta be nicer. I gotta make more hay. Before you know it, you done signed on to some bullshit. Right? And you just another politician that's down there that done sold us a dream. And then you get frustrated, so you say, fuck it, I'm just finna get this money. See what I'm saying? Your ideology done turned into an idea. One, and that's for me to get paid. They have a pay raise coming. Right? And so really keeping stock, like even with like community meetings, right? We should be having community meetings. Aldermen should be required every 6 months to meet with their district. I don't know that happens. I don't know that they're held. You say, oh shit, damn, it's time to vote again. I had meant to go to that damn meeting, that neighborhood meeting. And by that time, shit's all bad. Mama Jenkins says, just a fucking disgrace. And please don't go down by 6th Street. It's a disaster. Is it construction? Because they are, forever changing downtown, boy. I never seen a city that ain't high on the list for tourism build so many goddamn luxury hotels. Is it something they ain't telling us?
Right.
Is it more tourism here than they want to admit because then they have to share the bread? Or is it just like we trying to make it something? Like, you motherfuckers stay building a luxury hotel, right?
I can see them trying to make it something. I can see that. It's like motherfuckers coming, but we trying to get more people. So I can see, yeah, look, we got Giannis, we got this. Come on.
I mean,
we got
Giannis
nice
plays
hotels
for a team, though. He's not like a building.
But still, now they got that trade hotel right next to the fire center. And then Giannis and his brothers got a store in that hotel. And that's the only store.
What do they sell in the store?
Shit, I don't know.
Okay. Are they selling dashikis? I thought I'm sorry. That was racist of me. I'm sorry. Milwaukee Buck dashiki. If I see anybody wearing that shit, you getting jumped. I'm just kidding.
Damn.
She said, my question is, are we supposed to do more of the police job and they will continue to get paid to do nothing? Well, one of the things we should be demanding that they do is protect us when we do help them out. Because I'm trying to tell you, Milwaukee for a long time has had issues protecting people who report out. And now we say snitches get stitches. You got brother, red ass nigga. Well, he shot 4 people. That was my cousin, though. They shouldn't have robbed him. Okay. They took 2 8-balls from him and he killed 3 people. I don't know if y'all know what an 8-ball is. Am I dating myself? That's old drug dealer.
Rob is robbing, and I see nothing wrong with that one.
Kamar, is 8-ball old drug dealer slang? Can we not say that no more?
I think everybody can say it.
I don't even know if they have 8 balls of cocaine anymore. Like, do anybody even do cocaine anymore?
Oh yeah,
hell yeah,
do everything. What?
Goddamn.
Do everything. Yeah, people still doing crack. Young people.
That's an old term. The new term is
ball,
8.
Man. Let me the 4 in the split, right?
The new term is 3-5 or an 8.
Right. What's a 4 in the split? What is that?
That's 4.5 ounces. They're like if you ain't finna get a quarter key, you get 4 in the split.
You're doing too much, Kamar. You're doing too much.
Okay, but the 8th was great. Okay, look, we're gonna talk about this later. All right.
People taking notes like a lady.
Right.
Hey.
Right. So the 8-ball is how much? 3.5. Oh shit.
Hey, but that's crazy too, man. Like we talk about 8th, and I mean like an 8-ball or 3-5. Like young motherfuckers don't know when you say 8th. They don't know you talking about an 1/8 of an ounce. You know what I mean? An 8-ball.
Right. Listen.
It's crazy, man. Like how that it don't compute to people no more like that.
I mean, I think it do with weed because you buy your 8s, you buy 7s.
Yeah, but nobody's buying an 8-ball of weed though. Let me get an 8-ball of weed.
People are. What you
mean? No. If you say that to somebody, they're gonna be.
But the thing is, the weight is what it's all about. 3.5. An 8-ball was 3.5 grams.
Yeah.
3.5 grams of weed, same thing. You know what I mean? So like, if you say 8th, if I say, hey man, let me get an 8th, they don't know what I'm talking about. I got to say a 3.5.
Right. We used to just say quo. I got the 25.
You know what I mean?
Quo. Give me a quarter ounce. A quarter ounce of weed.
Quo,
man. You got the quo.
Hey, she writing that one down. Like
right.
Whoa.
Now, is that a Q? Is that a Q, Kevin?
Right.
Shout out to Marcel, man, one of my former Panther partners. He said, I love Brother Kevin Barnes' show. Brother Kevin Barnes' show is excellent. I have to give Brother Kamar some acknowledgement also. Don't y'all forget Rail and the Juice Lady.
Yeah, we're here too.
That's what I was saying. Rail did some editing work.
It's all about me. It's all about me.
Right. Shut the fuck up, Kevin. Watch your show. It's my shit. It wouldn't be nothing without me. So Erica says she know what it is. But Erica, I think you kind of straddle that being aware of what was going on in the 90s. Like you might not have been grown, but you knew. Mama Chicken said, yeah, they got 8-ball and dime bags. I didn't know they still, because they don't like regular Reggie now. It's like people say Reggie And I'm like, that's all we ever had. And now it's like a disgrace to have. Like, where you got Reggie? Like, dude, that's
I
all
be
we ever
thinking,
had. Like,
I think it's
Right.
crazy that we used to
Hey, and
buy
we was high as a motherfucker.
Yes, right.
red hair says, baby. Acapulco Gold.
Straight up.
Erica Hunt said, how many 8 balls in an ounce?
Hey, I know you. I know you ain't serious. She laughing on there, right?
Yes, she is. She is. And I don't. I
Eight.
just the drug.
It's
The
an
drug
Look, I
eighth.
knew I was gonna get an
Hey,
answer. That's
hey,
right. That's
it's
why I
an
got my
eighth.
pen right
It's
here.
8. It's 8.
That's right.
Listen, there was another pop-in discussion today I saw on social media that I thought was very interesting because of the Arctic vortex weather we had. Of course, 3 people lost their lives, which is tragic, and people's pets perished, and just
How they lose their lives, Kev?
they froze to death.
What, in the crib, outside? What
Well,
happened?
it could be
Power was
either
out?
way. We had power outages, and there's some people who just don't have power anyway. So they never had none. So they didn't know your shit was there. My shit been like this.
Oh.
And people for a long time, Milwaukee's, because of winter come and people trying to use space heaters, always tragic fires. But I think these were situations where people really suffered from extreme hypothermia, and there's homeless people, right? And so there was this debate about the warming centers, which I've taken the information for the warming centers and tried to share it in the People's News Network as much as possible. I
They're
hope y'all
called
are too.
unhoused people now. They're changing the terminology. The homeless makes you think of dirty, poor bums. So they want to
On
change the
Outlaw
terminology
Radio, they
to
still
unhoused.
homeless. It's just like on Outlaw Radio, they still midgets, right? Like
They're little people, Kev. We want to use better wording.
they're midgets, right? Homeless midgets, right?
Unhoused little people, Kev.
Homeless Jewish midgets. I'm gonna make it bad for you. But so this debate came out, right? It was people said, well, how come every church ain't got their doors open?
Oh, I seen that.
Right,
shit.
right. And then somebody said, why the clubs ain't got their doors open? And so it became a back and forth between people saying, like,
Right.
why do the church gotta have their doors open? Now, let me say
Because they're
this.
supposedly about the fucking people and love and Jesus and shit. That's why the clubs ain't say they was about that, but the church clan ain't about that. About the love and thy
People
neighbor.
don't mind going to the club blowing money, but they get mad when they have to pay tithes to the pastor, who's the leader of the flock.
Then nobody
Take
said
me
they got
to
mad.
your leader. It's Reverend Jackson, right? Like this is our leader.
The average church in the community is like, I grew up in it. I was being groomed to be a pastor. I seen how the shit work and the back ends of it and all that stuff. The average neighborhood church, their congregation is a bunch of single women with a bunch of kids who are like in poverty. So you know what I'm saying? They barely functioning enough to keep their own doors open on Sundays and for Sunday service and maybe Bible study. So the thing is, a lot of the neighborhood little mom and pop churches don't really have the resources. I mean, they it's cool if they have like a food shelter, but to have a warming center and to have it 24 hours, whatever they was all asking about, you got to have members who can afford to pay tithes like that to where you can afford shit like that. But then you also have to have somebody there to oversee the people there, because I remember I asked my old pastor who passed away, and he was like, yeah, we opened our doors for homeless and things like that, and they stole. Like people still be people. You know what I'm saying? Even when they in the church, like the church I went to, man, motherfuckers used to steal the sanctuary unit every year. Like, you know what I'm saying? So these is people who gotta work 2-3 jobs and still be impoverished. A lot of them got kids, ain't just barely scratching by themselves. I mean, every time I used to sit in them yearly board meetings about the church, you heard about more of being in the red than being in the black.
Okay. I don't,
That's a good take on it.
it is. It's beautiful. And from someone who, much like I wasn't groomed to be a preacher, maybe is that what they was trying to do? I grew up in the church, but I once again I understand what he's saying too. Like the church has to more often than not protect itself from its surroundings as well, right? Like, because people who can take advantage will take advantage. I feel like in some cases, if, and I won't put this on storefront churches, it's beautiful if they do it, people, smaller churches, but I think large churches should be proactive enough to say, hey, next week they said it's going to be -7. Right now I'm looking for volunteers so we can have a warming center for people. Like if you plan ahead, right? So it's a proper preparation prevents poor performance, right? Like, so I think that they could do that, but I'm not here to tell anybody what they need to do with their money, right? Like, so, but you're right though. You pretty soon you got these people in here, and we know that a lot of people who are homeless, or what you call them, Courtney, unhoused. What did you call them?
That's right, unhoused. You
Unlucky. Oh,
know,
I'm sorry, unhoused.
unhoused. You know,
They
because it
have
don't mean
mental.
that I'm a homeless, dirty bum or something. I could have just been top notch and I done fell behind a little bit. 'Cause I just got laid off, and then I'm 2 checks behind, and boom, I done lost everything. And
Right. No, 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 no,
damn, I'm
no,
just
no. I'm not
unhoused.
judging. I'm not just listen. It's a thin line. You say I'll never be home. Shit. You don't know. You can have a bad July. I'm like, I don't know where the fuck we gonna live. Because there are mothers who, like you
most
say,
people live in check to check.
yeah. So I'm not judging, but
Some
of them have mental health issues or addiction issues. So if you allow people into, you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying you got to be careful. I'm not going to say the club should open their door, but I think if you own any business in a certain area, you owe that community something for your ability to thrive there. And that's my issue a lot of times.
Where they laying out on my couches? What the fuck is that? Is
Well, I
that what's
mean, you
going
move.
on?
I mean, you can move that shit. You can move it. You can,
So they laying on my floor now.
I mean, like that's why I said it's not
That's
easy.
why they need to be in the church and not the club. They need to be laying in them pews. God damn it! What?
Well, we don't want dirty people on our pews either. Where the old seniors, the old elderly's got to sit on there. I don't want bed bugs on my pew. See, not that all unhoused people have bed bugs, but
you want them in my club. Oh.
Right. I mean, we gonna protect the club more than we protect God's house. I mean, you got to think about
God said He wanted to love thy neighbor. The club didn't say that.
He didn't say let everybody in my house and sleep when it's
He
cold.
said, "Come
or
as
did he,
you are." That's what He said.
What was Jesus' position on this rail? Like back in the day, did he? Not that you was there, but you well versed on it.
Well, according to the scripture, like Jesus came for the poor, downtrodden, the orphans and the widows, because back then, women weren't able to work. So if you were without a man, you were pretty much without a livelihood. So or if you didn't have a father, you was an orphan because you didn't have a livelihood. So
damn,
he was for those who were downtrodden and
so Jesus would have said, "Open them churches up and let these people."
That's
in.
right. Yes.
But Jesus he probably would have told the club too. Y'all better open them doors. I ain't gonna turn no more water into wine. It's always about me. I'm such a selfish bastard. Let me see. Eric said I coined the term unhoused neighbors back in 2019. Okay, Shane Krumah. I still say homeless. At least we don't say bums no more. Remember we used to say bums, right?
That's only when we mad, bum ass nigga. That's when we
now we say mental health. We used to say retarded. Like, think about we've gotten more sensitive as a society.
have, because definitely used to.
I'm gonna tell you something funny. You know what my mom used to call mentally disabled kids? Deaf and dumb. That's what she used to call them. Like, if a kid had a problem, she said, she got a son that's deaf and dumb. And she'd be like, really? Since she's like, Mama, that the boy deaf and dumb, right? Like if a kid was like had a big head and he might be like autistic, my mother would call them mongoloids. Like, that little boy's a mongoloid. I used to be like, damn, no love in the South, man. She just
didn't. The mongoloid just sound like a big head creature or some shit. Like,
she's just, man, she got maligny. That means she was dirty. Like, if you had bumps on your face, my mother said she got maligny or something. Like,
I'm gonna look all of this shit up.
Mongoloid. just man, deaf and dumb kid. She said, that's the school for the deaf and dumb. Like, mama. It's called special education.
Something called mongoloid face. What is this?
Yeah, just you got a big head, mongoloid, or a really big kid. She said that boy a big mongoloid. He just dumb as a box of rocks. No, it's just not sensitive at all.
Oh my
Erica said, I'm interested to know about the state law guidelines for sheltering and warming systems. It seems that such facilities have specific guidelines similar to those for child care facilities and jails. They could. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs. I just share the locations. Listen, Kamar, we started the show off the other night. I said, this cold made me appreciate how good it is to have somewhere to live.
Yeah.
To come in the house and be like, whoo, shit. I was like, man, thank God.
But it made me appreciative of having people whose homes I could go to. My power went out, then it was that water main that bust over here. So my power was off for like 2 days. And shit, luckily I had
Yeah.
people's homes to go to. And I was thinking like the chick upstairs, I think her mama stayed with her. And I'm like, damn, what if that's your only family and then your mama stayed with you? So y'all just stuck in this mud.
Well, yeah, and I would tell like if I got love for you, like I can say anybody on this show, I can say this. If you was like truly homeless, like and it was like 50 below, and you said, Kev, I don't have nowhere to stay. I say, bro, you good. You get the basement, man. Now I wouldn't expect you 2 months later to be like, nah, it's summertime and shit. And you still like, man,
What's for
ain't got no
breakfast?
heat. Ain't got no heat.
Hey, what's for breakfast?
Right. Man, y'all ain't got no more
It's still there. It's still there.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Kev, I don't like waffles.
For me, it's me, my lady, and then we got 4 children. So it was 6 of us. So I was like, man, I can't be showing up at nobody's house with 6 motherfucking people. So
because you have resources, though, real. But I'm saying to you, if you were ever in a situation where you didn't have, you said, I just don't got it, I wouldn't turn you away. And I know my wife would need it. She'd be like, well, we just gonna have to, we have to put them babies, especially you come with little kids. I can't be like, man, she ain't real. We ain't got no room with you. God damn, man. I got babies with me. Like, I would never fuck with you again. I won't be back on no Outlaw Radio with your ass, nigga. Jeff said, man, hold up. In my Houston voice. That's that good Pimp C. Hold up, right? Dre Day said, I never understood how the church don't have money being tax-free and selling an invisible product. The doors only open twice a week. Bills don't be that high. Something ain't adding up. This was the gist of the conversations that a lot of people were having, saying, and then I had some family members who are still ardent church goers, right? And they were kind of arguing, saying, you got to back up off, because people will put black people will put a lot on the church, but they won't go to church. People say, man, why the church in there? But do you go?
They won't go to church. They won't pay the church. They won't support the church. Like I seen a discussion one day where it was like, why should pastors get paid? And my thing was, even though I'm no longer a Christian or a part of any organized religion, my thing is, when I was a preacher, before I brought a message, I was fasting and consecrating for days prior to the message to make sure that I was an empty vessel type shit. You know what I'm saying? There's motherfuckers that will call you in the middle of the night asking for prayer because they don't have the strength or diligence to do the shit they need to do. So it is really a trying position. And my thing, what I tell people is this: you'll pay a nutritionist to teach you how to eat. You will pay somebody to manage your finances. You'll pay somebody to be your personal trainer. But it's always an issue about paying somebody to help you manage your eternal soul if you really feel that it's your eternal soul. How much more so worth paying a motherfucker to help? If you're not going to do the work yourself, I don't give a fuck what it is. If you ain't going to cut your own grass, pay somebody to do it. If you ain't going to wash your own dishes, pay somebody to do it. If you ain't going to do the work for your own motherfucking soul, pay somebody to do it.
Well put. I will say this. Every time my father preached, they gave him some money afterwards. And I was very appreciative of that money. I knew I was getting some of it, right? But that's not the whole point. Like I said, I'm a selfish bastard. But here's the thing. Like you said, now he wasn't into I think because we come from kind of different denominations. He wasn't doing the fasting.
God in Christ, man. You had to.
But he was up on a Saturday night writing his sermons, and just locked away by himself. We couldn't even talk to him. He had his book spread out. He was looking at what the Sunday school lesson was, and there was a lot put into it, is what I'm saying. And so I'm not against a pastor getting compensated. When it becomes exploitation, when I get a pastor that says, man, I need a new $70 million jet.
Right. Now, when you
This
pimping the
$50
word
million
like,
one ain't fast enough. Then I'm
yeah.
like, come on, son.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. You doing too much, B. So yeah, I didn't let him get paid.
You know what? Even then, it ain't our business.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
As long as you gave it with a good heart.
Because it's state karma that they're going to have to deal with.
Right.
You know what I mean? Your intent and whatever you do got to be in the right place. You know what I mean? So it really ain't our business what they doing. You know what I mean? It's for us to get the message or whatever it is we trying to do. You know what I mean? And I'm with you. Like, I ain't against a pastor getting paid, but I'm against the exploitation part.
Right. Now, when they come with Malachi with the how do you rob God and tithes and offerings, trying to, extort you through fear or guilt and shit like that, then yeah, that's an issue. But if you give what was put on your heart to give, then I fully believe in the law of reciprocity. I know that anything I give will be returned to me tenfold. Like whether I'm in church, whether I'm just a spiritual motherfucker.
That's the law of energy. Period.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever
So it
you
does
give
work.
is what you gonna get back.
Exactly.
I was just gonna say, not even just in tithes, but to be a person that's willing to give. Yeah. You will reap benefits. Karma's
you know, I look at, like, when I'll be at the store sometime, or I'll be vending, you know what I mean, and I'll be talking to people. And sometimes they be asking me questions about what they can do, what kind of help they can do, and ask what do they need or whatever. And I know they ain't got the money, and I give it to them. You know what I'm saying? I do stuff like that, and in my mind, I feel like this is me paying tithes, being able to give back, giving people what they need, and you know what I mean? Because you do. When you get stuff, even when you create stuff, you gotta give away too. You know what I mean? So you can continue doing what you're doing, if that make any sense to you.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it can't all be about $1. Whatever you're doing, it can't all be about $1.
And that's what
you got to have some other kind of satisfaction behind it.
The money shouldn't be the motivation, but I fully believe that if you find your gift and give it to the world will give back to you. Like even when I'm teaching people, coaching people, you're not paying me for a service, you're paying me for time. The knowledge I have took years and tears for me to acquire. So you paying me for 5 years of experience reduced down to a hour conversation.
And at one point, that's what made our community so special, that we took care of each other. Like, I think I'm so old, y'all. I'm just like having a real old man moment, because I'm hearing Bill Withers in my head, Grandma's Hands. And if you ever heard that song, and he's talking about
church on Sunday morning,
right? Soothe the unwed mother, and that kind of thing. You gotta go listen, y'all. This is what I'm saying. It ain't all about ski. Black music can be something that's very, very enlightening.
Yeah.
But did I even say that shit right? I didn't even sound right saying
that was my grandmother. That's my grandmother. I'm going to visit her. She making full dinners, and it's like, you about to have people over? No, I'm making dinners for the mission.
Right.
To take down to the mission.
Right. Your ass got to carry all them sweet potato pies in the church and shit, and ain't getting paid, right? He said on that song, "Don't you whoop that boy." Right, like it's just that intervention in teaching young mothers. Hey, So you got to go listen. I just had a real Negro moment. That was a colored moment. Erica Hunt says some families have been earnings lost, or I'm reading it right, Courtney. So before you jump on me, have been earnings lost because of the weather, which may be. There's many ways to end up homeless, man. I'm never knocking nobody on that, man. I'm like I said, as a matter of fact, I grew up, my mother was one of those people for family. If somebody didn't have nowhere to live, my mother said you stay in the rec room, right? Like for a long time, what used to be our rec room in our basement, and you can ask anybody in my family how many people that actually lived in our house. Like, we always had somebody, an uncle, a cousin, an auntie, one of her friends, and she ain't got nowhere to stay. So we got to and my father used to be just looking like, God damn, like, for real? But he understood, but he'd just be like, man, you a gangster by day and goddamn Florence Nightingale by night and shit. You chasing teachers with knives during the day, and then you putting homeless people in the basement at night.
Man.
I think she's, good karma, right? Paris said, "What would Jesus do?" I do want to say this: if you don't go to church, and you don't actively give money to a pastor, shut the fuck up.
Man, look.
Like
They
Kamar said,
go
it's not
to
your
the church,
business.
man.
It's not your business. Now, if I'm going to church and I'm giving to a pastor and I'm looking at all the parishioners saying, damn, we poor as hell, then you got the right to speak. But if you ain't been to church in 20 years, ain't paid a tithe, you shouldn't be criticizing them.
This for the money that I used to give and ain't
Okay.
received nothing. So nope. Nope.
I didn't know you used to be
I
sanctified.
think the intent should just be in the paying tithes, like paying out the money that you feel like you should be paying out. You know what I mean? And you start looking at how much money pastor got. You know what I'm saying? And you start feeling funny and shit.
Right. Damn, he got a Beamer.
But then I always wondered how much pastor tithe.
Ooh, you stepping
right.
on toes.
Because those are financial gains also.
So he pays a lot of times if he's a part of a jurisdiction, he has to pay his to his bishop.
What's that before you keep
That's
going?
the turf. That's the soil. That's
the jurisdiction. So it might be like just kind of like how any organization get that hierarchy type shit.
Okay.
It might be the West Conference jurisdiction. Like when I went to Memphis, that was for the centennial, the 100-year anniversary of the Church of God in Christ. So, but there's like bishops, archbishops, like they pay people, and then a lot of times, like what used to happen in our church, so every Sunday there was a different offering. So first Sunday might have been pastor's aid offering. Second Sunday may have been for the sick and shut in, where they use that money to go visit people that couldn't come in or take them food and shit. So a lot of times there was a offering taken so the pastor could pay his dues. And if they didn't do that shit all year and they had to hit that amount, that's when they had church revivals or coloramas or events to raise that money that the pastor did actually have to pay to his jurisdictional bishop.
Right.
Well, listen.
Does that vary? Do it vary by church, like depending on the congregation?
Yeah, like any organization. Some people might be, I want to be a part of this jurisdiction because they get Bishop so-and-so, and they, it's just like any kind of organization or club. It get kind of deep, and that's what kind of
popularity concept.
That's what backed me off of it, man. Because I was like, wait, like I don't like to do shit to belong places. Like I never pledge because you're not about to tell me what I can't do or what I need to do to be a part of your establishment. Right. So when I start seeing that church was just another fraternity or shit like that, I was like, no, man, I ain't about to be raising money to give to y'all. While all kind
but you got to understand too. Tax break aside, ministry ain't free. You got to everything from the paper that the program is printed on costs bread. So you got to raise some money. Listen, it ain't nothing you doing in America that if you ain't got no money, it ain't gonna be effective. I wouldn't give a shit. Like you got to have some paper. So it's just that when I see one group thriving because of their affiliations and networking, and another group kind of sitting stagnant, but they kicking the bread that's helping this other group thrive. I learned so much more about the Kojic Church from my mother-in-law because my wife is Kojic, and I learned she was the district missionary, I believe.
Okay.
So I learned about that structure because Baptist churches wasn't necessarily structured like that. Although if you start dealing with the Southern Baptists and stuff like that, there's some groups, but the governance ain't as exact. But I learned more about that too. Like, oh, okay, they got real officers. 80% of American households are living paycheck to paycheck. Shit, probably higher than that. It's hard not to, man. Like, goddamn, maybe y'all make more money than me, but shit, you be like, what?
A 99-cent bag of chips is like $2.39 now.
Man, I was looking at that the other day in the store. I was finna grab some little chips, and I was like, that's crazy. These motherfuckers used to be $1, now they want this much. I said, never.
I remember what happened to quarter bags of chips. Remember, chips used to be 25 cents?
It wasn't like 2 for $1 now?
Man.
That's it.
Man. I went in the store to get a Black and Mild. He said $2. I said these shits used to be $2 for $1.
Man,
The fuck
right.
is this? I'm about to stop smoking after I finish these two. That's what I said. He said 90-day rule when somebody needs help. Erica Hunt said it's unfortunate that some people only realize the struggles of single mothers when it's too late. We should be willing to help those in need before they reach the point of homelessness. I agree we need to be more proactive than reactive, Erica. I do agree with that. She said often a small amount of financial assistance can make a big difference in someone's life. Just $400 could help a single mother make it to their next payday and avoid potential crisis. Well, I ain't throwing around no $400 now. It's a different conversation. I thought it was 40. I thought they said it was 40. Well, that's a different conversation. My bad. My bad.
That's how she became a single mom.
Getting that $40. Jeff says 30 days to chill and find a job, 30 days to build a base, and 30 days to find a place. You out day 91. That's right. Angela
Hey, I had an uncle, right? My uncle, he used to give you 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
He say if you over 4 feet tall, you get 2 weeks.
Angela Mallet, what up, cousin? How you doing, my sister? She said we pay life coaches. Do y'all? I'm a life coach. I'm a certified professional life coach. I need to
out here then. Put your services out here then, Kev.
Yeah, I need some extra money.
Everybody need a coach in whatever you trying to do, man. It's gonna help you in whatever you do, whatever you trying to do.
And you know what? When I first got the certification, I downplayed it, but I'm actually really good at that shit. Like I really be helping people with that shit. It comes in handy.
Yeah.
Dre said I'm an organist and I've been behind the scene for years. Some pastors try, most are lost. He walk you in the chat room. I don't want to have you hanging on. What's good with you?
What's going on, my nigga? I ain't in the chat room. I'm on the line. First of all, dig this. You know what I'm saying? The person that y'all call Jesus, I think it's Yoshua. If real back me up on that. He turned over the table and he said, "I will not allow this in my Father's house. I will not allow this in my Father's house because of D.D. Jakes, motherfucker, all of the big church hacking motherfuckers and shit, stealing money. Goddamn, fuck, y'all ain't giving them niggas a penny. They don't get none of my goddamn money. I'm gonna be 100 outlaw right now. I ain't giving none of them niggas none of my goddamn money. Fuck them motherfuckers, man. And then you got people who say, well, it's some good pastors than that. It's slim pickings around this motherfucker. It's very slim pickings, man. I'm not trying to keep people from going to church and believing in what they believe in and that's what they hope. But, man, this shit is a circus now. It's ridiculous. Straight up ridiculous.
Okay.
I would say if y'all looking for a pastor who is about his people, who really believes in preaching, and who will give you the word, I would say check out my old church, El Shaddai Church of God in Christ, located on 27th and Chambers. Now Pastor Maurice Hughes. It was Pastor Elder John Johnson when I was there.
My son went to play basketball with Chris, so I know their family.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So
they went to go together.
I'm still ain't giving man one of them shit.
Yeah, he's a good dude though, real. He is a good dude.
They good dudes, man.
Yeah,
some people do believe the shit that they preaching. You know, like Pastor Johnson. There was times he showed up there to shovel the whole church parking lot itself before service. Like he used to drive the school, but like a lot of these cats is working folk who they work for a living, manage a family, and then have to manage a church and oversee a bunch of people who are 9 times out of 10. A lot of black folk are spiritually weak and well, just people, period. Like that's one thing that's really hard about being in leadership. A lot of people want everything done for them, including spirituality.
The church, okay, do you agree that some of these churches is part of the systematic failures of our shit?
Don't get me wrong. There are churches who are, back in the day before the 501(c), like back in the day, the church was the center of change. That's where because that was the one place black folk could congregate and talk about their issues and come together to resolve each other's issues. You know what I'm saying? But there are now churches and people who, I mean, like I used to joke and say the difference between the preacher and the pimp is how he uses gift. You know what I'm saying? But that still really is the case. Is how you use your gift and your calling. So there are people who gonna pimp the word for $1, just like there's people that's gonna pimp anything for $1. But you know, there are some cats who are legit good dudes and good at what they do. Another preacher I used to like, and he does have a mega church, was Daryl Hines. I always
Getting the
loved
echo.
his.
Somebody got to turn their device down. Getting the echo.
Is it me?
No, I'm
You-
all the way in the other room. It ain't me.
I used to love how Daryl Hines teach. You know, people be like, he got that mega church and stuff like that, but he's also a paid speaker. He's also a published author. You know, sometimes sometimes a pastor might be able to take the tithes and offerings he was getting and invest
That's it.
wisely
You gotta
or
get in.
cultivate skills that bring in money. And we just see their money and get to saying they utilizing the church for that money. Sometimes a lot of these cats got other things going for themselves.
Let me listen. What you say? You blanked out. You walk.
No, I'm still here. I was just letting Real know I know where he coming from, and and I feel his aspect and the way the way he broke it down. That's it.
All right. Listen. Life is what happens when you look back. Don't take that. Don't. Never mind. Forget I said that. We only got a couple minutes left. It's almost 10 o'clock. It flies by. I know people like, God damn, is it already? Yes, it flies by. People say add more time, but I don't think so. I think you gotta. Who said that in our group? Sometimes you just gotta leave them one more. I think that was Real who said that. Let me catch the chat room before we go.
Yeah.
Marcel said that young brother's right. Real preachers work real hard. That's real. That's real. That young brother's real. He's right, Marcel. Dre said, "Is karma real? When the white man gonna get theirs?"
And karma
What
really just
Good question.
means cause and effect. If people don't know,
what we do to get this karma as a people?
like I
You know,
said, karma really just means. Can y'all hear me? Keith?
yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay, my bad. So karma, it means cause and effect. You know, a lot of people feel like karma means, well, if you do some shit, then some fucked up shit may come back around. It don't mean that. You know, if I rob you, it don't mean I'm gonna get robbed back. It don't mean I'm gonna get killed. But it does mean cause and effect. So it does mean, hey, those are options that could happen, or you could just get away with that shit. So when people say is karma real, karma just means cause and effect.
Well, I
That's
wanted
what.
to say, who says white people don't suffer from karma? I mean, they got genetic defects. They have dysfunction within their families. They're frail people. They can't even stand in the sun without getting
Currently,
burnt.
a negative birth rate.
Right. I mean, we can't just judge because they got more wealth than we do that they don't have. They suffer just as it's some po ass white people in this
I feel
country.
like karma is an energy, right?
Okay.
You give an energy off. Like it's like energy attracts like energy. You know what I mean? And if you giving this energy off, you attracting a certain type of energy.
Right.
I think that's more what karma is. Like if my intent is to do, I'm out here, I'm trying to get over, I'm getting over on niggas, I'm a bully. My intent is just to take and make motherfuckers scared and shit. Well, yeah, it is a cause and effect to that also. You know what I mean? So it go together, but I think the karma part is more the energy that goes with the cause and effect.
Well, he said, what do we do to get this karma? I think black people
And then like I
became
think
a
at
godless
this
people.
point, it's like it may not be karma that we dealing with. It could just be a bunch of bad decisions that we living through now.
But that's
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying? As like when you think individually, like because I don't think us as a whole as a people is going through no karma.
Gotta turn your device down.
It's done.
Cause then even in that sense, you know what I mean? What Courtney said, like we didn't do nothing to cause this effect.
Still getting the echo.
You know what I mean? We didn't do nothing to cause this effect.
Well,
So either or, I don't think either one of those kind of fit us.
You know what, Kamar, if you ask me, what I think we became a godless, soulless people. I think we turned our back on spirituality.
Yeah.
And I think that's the karma
No,
that we're
no, no.
dealing with.
Yeah.
I think
So
No,
now
no,
all
no,
these
yeah.
hold on,
tennis ain't in
let
the
me
wrong
finish.
places.
Let me finish. I think the fact that we've become devoid of love and compassion for at least one another, and that we've adapted to, we have allowed our trials and tribulations to define our behavior. And so I think that we've used for excuse for a very long time, hey, we've been mistreated, so we got the right to not give a fuck. And I think that's the karma that we suffer from in our
Right.
community.
Hey,
There's complete negligence when you're talking about tons of little children being raised, and they got parents who are haphazard in their raising and how they're even trying to establish a structure for their kids. It's karma for that. It's
Right.
karma to be a group of people that's misled
Right.
and doing wrong.
And there's an effect
Hey.
to that, and there's an effect to that cause.
but Kev, with Dr. Rail, I'm speaking on something that Rail said when he was talking about the whole church thing, and we're talking about karma. Though you got to look at it this way, man. You know what I think it is, though, is I think we ain't keeping score. And this is what I mean when I say we ain't keeping score, bro. It's like you catch your saying, it's like we losing, bro. People look at our culture. They look at us as leaders. We looking down on ourselves because we ain't counting our wins, bro. Where we came from and the shit we're doing nowadays, man, people are stealing our culture and everything because they want to be like us, but they just want to empathize with it, bro. Don't look at that karma shit like we're losing, bro. We're winning. We're winning.
When I look at Black Milwaukee, I say there's some wins, but they're small ones.
But,
Because
bro,
we
you're
are
looking at
definitely losing.
one singular thing, bro. We had a black president, bro. You know, let's keep
that's
going,
a whole
bro.
other show, Jeff.
Count the wins, bro. Don't count the losses. You count the wins, boss.
I can't count him as a win. We had to listen. It's 10:05.
Hey, I'm saying what it is because we didn't put them in office. They did.
But
you know, so
Jeff, we got,
bro. You know what?
You got to come on back.
If it got people to go vote, the only thing I'm saying is this: like when people talk about the church, man, it's one of those things that, oh man, people are down in the church. You have no right to judge that, bro. If a person feels something with their faith, pay that money, do what you do. If anybody gives you guidance, gives you the right way, man, you follow that, man. That's what you do.
That's right.
Versus following the negative. All I'm saying is nothing more than this. Count your wins, not your losses.
There we go. That's
count some wins, bro.
That's one to close with.
Count what you're up on, bro. We're winning. Look at your fucking podcast, dude. We're winning.
Small
people
victories.
Are following what we do nowadays. It wasn't that shit that way 20 years ago, bro. So that's all I'm saying, man.
And see,
nothing more than that. I don't want to.
No, that's
distract from that. It's like
that's the karma we trying to get.
You got to count your wins, bro.
Yeah.
You look at the NFL, you look at the NBA, you look at everything we doing. People are stealing our culture, man. All I can tell you, man, is people imitating is the best way that they can show you fucking gratitude, bro. When they imitate your shit, when they copy what you do, when they follow your lead, bro. Don't take this as a negative that we winning. Yeah, we got some negatives, bro. We do. Milwaukee got some negatives, bro. But dude, we're winning. We as a people are winning now. There ain't no Jim Crow. I think that we're better off. We're powerful, bro.
I think we're better off now than we were in some spaces, and I think a lot of people don't recognize it. So I kind of agree. I agree with what you're saying. I think there's some validity to your argument there. So I agree with that. Let me catch this chat room up before we close the show.
All right, man. I'm good, kid. We're gonna talk another time. I just need to say that though, man. But man, we're kings, bro. We came from kings.
There we go. So, and I went to King.
All right.
So there we go. All right.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
Holler later, dog.
Yeah. Erica Hunt said, isn't it ironic the same excuses people have not to pay their tithes in churches are the same excuses people have to not pay their dues in unions?
Hey, you know what?
She said, then we wondered why our churches and our unions are not thriving.
I feel like your tithes can be good advice.
It could be
just giving somebody some good advice, some shit that you done lived through. You know what I mean? You're giving them some good advice that they don't have to go through the same thing. That's also paying tithes because that's experience what you done dealt with that you passing along. You know what I mean? Like your tithes, I don't think is always financial.
No, No, you give what you can. Shit, ain't nobody who can say something about it. My time is my tides. Wasn't I down here cutting the grass yesterday? Come
Man,
on
Yeah.
now.
I'd rather
Marcel, he said he loved the show. I appreciate it, Marcel, man. Thank you so much. Erica is plugging the shit out of her business. That is a lot to unpack. Said there's
Yeah,
still
that's
Jim
what's
Crow.
up.
We can't say that. Listen, Kamar, weekend coming up. I gotta close. It's 10. It's 10:10, y'all. I listen. I love that people be like, nah, but it's 10:10, and so we've always said we're gonna stay in it. In 2.5 hours is enough time. Kamar, what you got coming up this weekend? Because it's Wednesday, so we won't be back until Monday.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be at the House of Vitality all week, but then also I'll be with the Chamber of Commerce at the third Thursday pitch competition tomorrow.
Yes, yes, yes. Ah, as Arsenio would say. Ah. Real, what you got popping? Is my wine ready? I'm trying to figure this out.
Man, no, I was supposed to do that batch over the weekend and shit. My power was out, so
Black
that's what
businesses.
I'll be doing. That's what I'll be doing this weekend. Getting them brews ready. My goal is to have some shit ready for Valentine's Day. I really want to give gift basket or have gift baskets on deck. Maybe like a bottle of wine and 2 CBD cigars or some shit like that.
Okay.
That's what I could do by Valentine's Day.
Shit, I want real. I give you my THC. I want real cigars.
I got you.
I'll give it to you to roll up for me.
I'm gonna say, wait, hold on. Like that are these infused? Because I was thinking, okay.
Well, he doing CBD ones. I want the real ones.
I've learned lately. I don't know where it comes from, but I've learned because I'll go in the smoke shop and I will grab me a cigar now, and I've learned now to kind of really puff the cigar and just kick back and chill. So I've been into the cigars lately. So I got to say that's the difference because I've off forever. I'll be like, no, just give me a black.
I
now
really
give me a good Cuban.
I really do want to see more cigar bars. Like I really want us to get like I want us to bring back it being cool to be gentlemen and men of knowledge. So cigar bars, gentlemen lounges where we get together, talk stock,
live music, jazz, funk, R&B, love music.
Hey, they
about me. I'm cool with all that. I just don't want to sit around all the smoke.
Well, that's true too, Kumar. And that becomes the problem. But I think you can quarter off things. Like there's ways to do it. Like you can have a room that's ventilated,
like
where
some good ventilation in there.
and they can still hear the music and whatnot. So yeah, and if they want to come and sit up front, you got to put your guard out, right? And so
hey, remember back in the day when they came out with them big ass ashtrays with the motor in them that sucked up the cigarette smoke.
in which my brother and I thought would be a great present for my mother for Christmas, and she looked at us like, "What the fuck is this shit? Smoke? What you trying to say?
Stupid ass ashtray,
right, smokeless ash, just some dumb shit." We was like, "Oh wow," we thought we had done something. Listen, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Share the show, share the show, share the show. I think anytime you hear a conversation on Outlaw Radio, you're going to come up with an opinion, and that's fine. I don't know how. It's very important for me to stress that nobody on here is trying to turn you out. Nobody on here is trying to convert you. Nobody on here is trying to give you an opinion. Nobody on here is trying to verbally dominate you or put you in a space where you feel inferior. If you don't know something and you hear it on this show, it's okay to say, damn, I did not know that. If you know something and we don't know it on the show, it's okay to say, hey, what about this? The only problem comes when people start disrespecting each other, and disrespect is a whole other animal. It's a whole other beast. And I think that's one of the things that we have in our community that's so prevalent is we are very, very quick to disrespect each other on many different levels. Many different levels. That's why when it comes down to not giving a fuck if somebody's homeless or somebody's hungry or somebody's sick, it's easy to say, fuck them, because it's just in our nature to go against us. I do agree with the brother Jeff Crape. There are some wins. I just think we have to make those wins. You have to improve upon them. You can't win and then just spend the rest of the night looking at the trophy. Now you got to figure out how to keep winning, right? And so it becomes that kind of thing. Anyways, man, y'all go back and share the show. The shows are archived on the Outlaw Radio page. We have a YouTube channel that does poorly called the People's Network. My personal page, I see the brothers here sharing it. There's no way you can't hear what we do, man. Until next time, man, y'all be strong and understand that it's very important for you to be the type of person who does and not the type of person who doesn't. Because if your criticism of the community outweighs your contribution, your ass is a coon. I see y'all Monday, man. Peace and love.
Peace.